I'm on live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
I'm
the
on live on YouTube.
Figcast podcast.
You're on YouTube
We
right
are
now.
here. We are ready. Jonathan's having conversations in the background. Let's go. Jonathan, friendly neighborhood owner, say what's up to everybody on the stream right now.
What's going on, everybody? Hello.
All right. And Toy Robot 818, tell everybody what's up.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Thank you for everyone joining us today, man. Much appreciated. Thank you.
And just so everybody knows, Greg is not here yet. He's having some technical difficulties on his side. He has his technicians over there helping him out. So he will be on shortly. But just so everybody's aware, for the things that we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the Haslab. Obviously, Hasbro and the Marvel Legends team announced a Haslab. So we're going to check that out. And then we're also going to be talking about some of the trailers that happened at D23 and a bunch of other stuff that's going on within the community of action figures and movies. So we're going to get into that definitely, and we'll figure out what's going on with all that stuff. But before we get started on a bunch of talking points, I just wanted to, ask you guys, what is the most recent episode of either a Marvel TV show, a Star Wars TV show, or a Marvel or Star Wars movie that you guys have recently watched? And what are your thoughts on it? So, friendly neighborhood owner, what is the most recent thing that you kind of watched from the superhero or Star Wars realm, or anything in the fantasy world of show?
Anything
Don't go too dark. Don't go too dark.
I know, don't go too crazy. Even then, I know some of those animes, man. They have a little bit more wild stuff going on. So.
The most recent I seen, does rewatching a movie count?
Yeah.
I rewatched the Batman today while I was
The Batman with what is his name?
The one on my shirt.
Robert Pattinson. All right.
Robert Pattinson.
I don't know why I wanted to say Edward Cullen.
No. I just recently saw the Batman.
I was trying not to say Edward Cullen. I'm not gonna.
I could tell. No, it's Robert Pattinson. I was just rewatching the Batman, and man, it's that Batmobile car chase scene, and you just see Batman coming through the Penguin, and he flips over his car. Spoiler alert. He comes over.
It's in the trailer. So it's not really
true. It's also in the trailer. There you go. When he flips over his car, and you just hear him walking through, and the music in the background is just playing, and you're.
Dude, how epic do you think Robert Pattinson felt when he was filming that scene? Like, him being like action, and he's filming that scene.
I think he was just like, holy shit, this is a superhero movie, like, because he used to do like indie films and obviously the Twilight films. This was his first superhero role. So he probably, when he felt that scene or when he thought that scene, I'm pretty sure everyone around him, even the Penguin himself, when he mentioned it, when he was getting interviewed, he was like, holy shit, that's the Batman. It was just, everyone was just stunned, dude, because like, how else can you make like a more Batman scene than Batman coming down all slow, right? Makes me want to cry.
Okay, we're like, give the man a moment. Give the man a moment. Give the man a moment.
Instead of I watched it only because it was Batman Day, and I love watching Batman movies.
Is it on HBO Max?
Mm-hmm. Yep. HBO Max.
Right.
Yeah,
I have
Batman
not seen it
1989. Michael Keaton's Batman, Batman Forever. You got the Dark Knight trilogy, and you got the Batman.
Yeah, so there,
HBO Max. Paid sponsor.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since the first time I watched it in the theater. So
you only watched it one time, Mikey?
I've only watched it once. I only went to the theater, watched it once. I did like it a lot, and it made me excited for the movies that are gonna come. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, like, because I like what they did with the Riddler character. I know some people like had their like thoughts about it, but I thought it was pretty good how they adapted him into like real life kind of stuff. And I'm curious, like, what other characters they could do that with.
Mm-hmm. Like the modern style of a villain,
like
but that was like perfect. That was a perfect Riddler for the time, like modern time.
Oh, basically, yeah. He's using the Discord boards, more being of a social media influencer style type. Not like not too much cryptid, but also all the
Riddlers. Kicking ass on TikTok, dude.
Yeah, dude. If you see that Riddler, dude,
just to spread the message.
What type of message is he trying to? No, but just the whole movie was awesome to me. Just I'm a sucker for fucking for those fight scenes. You know, my favorite before this movie was the BVS Batman warehouse scene with Ben Affleck, and oh my god.
Yeah, when I saw that in the theaters, I was like, all right, that's how Batman's supposed to get down.
Batman's supposed to get down.
But
exactly.
The thing about it, we didn't. The thing that sucked about that, we didn't have to wait till for the theaters to watch it because they showed us all that in the trailers before.
Oh, dude, I know.
They did.
I know. I just wish they shared like just one snippet, just like be like, he's going to a warehouse. Cool. I wonder what he's gonna do. You know.
Dude, I don't know why, but just Batman stuff in general. When you have that Batman action of him just going to town with like a bunch of bad guys just fighting the techniques and the moves, you never. I mean, you can't go wrong with putting a lot of that stuff in there. That's why I've been waiting so long for like a good Batman movie that has all that. But I mean, I think the Batman was pretty close to like. I guess like if you separate them, they're good in their own way. Like I was gonna say, the Batman's pretty close to being like that detective aspect of the Batman that we don't really get to see, and then the Ben Affleck Batman was that brutal like just dominating.
Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns Batman, old beaten down Batman who doesn't give a fuck about the rules. He's ready to just wreak havoc, you know, like justice.
And it was cool because seeing Batman get hurt on that warehouse scene, like when they shoot him and his cowl and like the bullet reflects, but it hurts him when he gets stabbed. But then like what I didn't like is in the Justice League movie, like now in the intro scene, like he's doing like cartwheel flips over like water towers. Like, dude, like that's a Batman. I was like, dude, that would have been fun. Like for the Batman that we're watching currently with Robert Pattinson, but not for that Ben Affleck Batman. Everyone damn well knows he can't do that.
Like, just remember that's not canon no more. That's the Joss Whedon's failed Justice League.
We won't.
The Zack Snyder one completely deleted that part. So if you're just watch the Zack Snyder one just to be happy with that.
All right, so we're gonna get into some of the comments. We're gonna start off. Rex says no Craig today. Craig is gonna be here. Don't worry. IE also says where's Craig? Probably playing with his dolls. When IE says dolls, he means Hot Toys, the most supreme figures in the collector universe.
All right,
Greg is here though. Greg, welcome to
defend himself from my
Greg,
I'll be right back. I gotta go get something.
So Greg was here for a moment, but he'll be back in 6 to 10 weeks. He's out with the injury. He said, "Moment of silence for the homie." Jay Bree Collector, how's it going, bro? How are you, Joey?
Jay Bree Collector.
This is the gentleman who made the tier list of YouTubers.
Oh
shit! He didn't put me in it, so I'm disappointed. Nah.
Oh man, well here you go, Jay Bree. Come on.
I know, and then but yeah, he got really big off of that, but he's been doing his thing.
That's dope, dude.
Thank you for joining us. Funko Matt says definitely wasn't Jim Carrey's Riddler. I wanted to say that I thought Jim Carrey's Riddler was pretty good. It could have obviously if it was different as of like what we got now, it could have been better because I like Jim Carrey a lot.
It was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of stuff he could do, like if you think about like how he did The Mask or how he did some of those like crazy, like just like kind of loony, but like because there's like the Riddler that we got with the Batman, and he's more dark. But then you have Jim Carrey as the Riddler, which if in today's time could have been more like of a like kind of like Marvel, you know, like imagine Jim Carrey playing what is that character's name? He has damn, I can't remember. We just got a figure of him from the Villains Wave, and he wears the bow tie and the all green, green and white arcade. Can you imagine Jim Carrey? Because Jim Carrey has like a lighter side of like crazy, like a more like brighter side that can fit the Marvel.
I can definitely see that.
And seeing like Jim Carrey as arcade will be cool. JB Collector says arcade in there as well. Thank you for that, bro. I appreciate it.
All right.
Let's see. RG is here.
For its time, that movie was it didn't like it all felt normal, cheesy together because it was cheesy from start to finish almost.
Yep.
So that's why Jim Carrey's character was perfect for that. Yep.
I think who else was in it? Poison Ivy, all those characters.
No, Two-Face. Two-Face was there.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Lee Jones. I remember he was pissed off at Jim Carrey during the making of the movie, right? Like,
he was.
They weren't confined. They weren't. Yeah, he was Two-Face. They weren't enjoying each other and shit like that.
I
Like, it was
completely
like,
forgot he was in that movie.
That was only one side of his personality that didn't like it. The other one was cool with it.
Yeah, there you go. No, it was for the movie of its time. It was colorful. It was artsy, and I think it was just something that they wanted to make fun with.
Was that the same movie where Batman and Robin had nipples, or am I tripping out on a
No,
different
that's
movie?
No,
Batman
that
and Robin.
was
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
with
so
Mr.
it's
Freeze
just
and
called
Poison
Batman and
Ivy.
Robin.
Yep.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Freeze, Poison Ivy.
Lynn Page in the chat says, "Hola,
Hello.
Hola.
Darian's mom. How are you today?" Toy Avenue says Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman, but I had a hard time believing him as Bruce Wayne.
Respects. There was, you didn't get much of him as Bruce Wayne because when he was acting like Bruce Wayne, he was acting more like Batman in disguise.
True.
So that's what Alfred was trying to tell him. Like, you need to be more like Bruce Wayne and like the subtle messages that Zack Snyder was doing in BVS. And that's why I like.
Sorry, Joe.
That's why I like. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like I did like his snarkiness towards like his conversation when he was having with like Superman at Luthor's party, like he was letting them know, dude. Like, dude,
I like the banter. I did like the banter.
I know who you are, but I'm Batman, dude. Like I'm Bruce Wayne.
Like, I could break that hand if you want to. When when Lex Luthor was.
Like, I'll make sure you don't get the next paycheck if need be. Like, I'll make sure your mom's house gets foreclosed and I'll do nothing about it.
I don't remember, and I don't know if you guys remember, but in the Batman movie, welcome back, Greg. But in the Batman movie, was Robert Pattinson? Was he Bruce Wayne for a long period of time?
No,
or was it just at the funeral?
He was Bruce Wayne only when he was coming back from his night patrol in the beginning of the movie. Then the funeral, and then when he went to visit Alfred in the hospital.
That's right.
So that's the problem what people didn't like with this one, that you didn't see much Bruce Wayne. But
I think that's the thing is like even in a lot of these movies, you don't get a lot of Bruce Wayne. I think like you don't really get the chance to see the actors dip into that part of the Bruce Wayne character. You mostly just see Batman. It would be cool to see more of it in the next movie though.
I think they're gonna do it vice versa. They got us to see the growth of Batman.
Yes,
we really the way they did it was beautiful. So now maybe the next movie will like give us more Bruce Wayne and his struggles.
Yeah, because basically Bruce Wayne in this movie was mostly full on vengeance. It's just like how it's showed in the movie beginning. He was just brutal. He was just carrying as Batman. He didn't want to be Bruce Wayne. He just didn't care. But Alfred was trying to bring him into it. And once that bomb hit Alfred, he was realizing that he needs to be a better Batman by becoming a better Bruce Wayne for the city. And so at the end, when you see that basically, to me, this is how I read it. When he fell into that water after cutting the signal, it was more like a baptism for him, a revival of some sort for them. Because when he got out of that water, he started being the light of hope. He showed the beacon, that flashlight he had. And he was leading the people of Gotham. And
I think the most Bruce Wayne we've gotten out of most of the Batman movies are Christian Bale, right? I think there was a lot where he went out to a restaurant. He had like 2 models or chicks with him, and I was like, all right, that's some Bruce Wayne stuff I want to see. I've been actually wanting them to make a Batman movie that's not all solely based on Bruce Wayne, but at least like Bruce Wayne. When he is like a party animal, like where he goes parties, tries to mix both or tries to figure out stuff. It would be cool to see something like that,
And that's definitely like that would be a dope part to see, a dope movie to see, half and half. Bruce Wayne figuring out the key details and the mystery that he has right there. It'd be sick, And I think Matt Reeves is definitely going to give us that in the next Batman movie, because he was saying he said it himself, like, I like the buildup that I had for Batman. Now it's time to build up more for Bruce Wayne, and then he feels like he could collide both of them. So it's just it's exciting to see, man. We got a lot of Batman stuff coming out, and that Bruce Wayne. I'm excited to see Robert Pattinson more as Bruce Wayne. I would love.
Oh, you know what? I like them. I do want to see more of them. Yeah.
I want to see more of a playboy aspect. Like you were saying, Christian Bale had. Christian Bale was like, he's
I think he could do that. I think he could do something like that.
He has the looks. He has the hair. Maybe cut the hair shorter.
The hair was weird for me.
The little long hair was a little bit off the top. But just cut it shorter.
I always like the long hair, dude. It makes it more epic. So when you're beating ass, like
True.
when the rain's hitting you and the hair is like kind of like.
Yo, and you're in your brooding mood.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe clean up a little bit, because it does look
because he looked like a Nancy teenager, basically. But yeah.
JB says, I actually wanted Jesse Eisenberg to be Arcade.
I could see that too.
Yeah, that would have been a good. That's a good role right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he seems the part.
Who's
it's
that?
just like, like his smart.
This guy.
I mean, like we have to choose between him being Arcade or him being Lex Luthor, and I don't know.
In today's world,
he's
Mikey, we could have both. We have the same villains in Marvel and DC, Marvel. It's just a good movie is a good movie. Just support both.
Toy Avenue wants to know, what is your guys' favorite Batmobile? That's a really good question right there.
You start, Mikey. You gotta start it.
My favorite Batmobile is probably Batman 89. Just because I like that look, man. Like, honestly, if somebody goes, I'll buy you a Batmobile right now for you to drive around and regular, like, go to work with it and everything, I'm picking the 89 Batmobile for sure. Greg, tell me what Batmobile would you grab?
I love Adam West. What is it? 1966.
Yep, 1966, buddy.
That's my favorite Batmobile right there.
Didn't they make a Toys R Us figure with it?
Yeah,
that's dope.
I just think it looks clean.
All right.
I wouldn't want to be taking a grenade in that thing, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's true.
It's not the most high tech, but
that's for sure.
Rex says, I'm assuming Greg, because he's the only one who has a Hot Toys Anakin in this stream right now. He says he's reposing that Anakin Hot Toy to look cuter.
No, it's at its maximum cuteness.
If you guys don't know, Greg has the biggest Hot Toy collection out of all of us. I think he has one of the best ones. Jay Bree Collector says, Darth Vader, how's it going, bro?
I'm feeling a little shitty right now, but I wanted to come chill with the guys and talk to you guys. So just fighting through the pain.
Fighting through the pain.
Way to be a trooper, Greg.
IE says that Batman movie sucked. IE, I don't know what Batman movie you're talking about, but how dare you?
Hey, man. Some people like McFarlane, some people like Mayfix. That's all I gotta say.
Some people like McFarlane, and some people like the Mayfix Batman.
Yeah, you can.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Basically,
JB Collector says
he
says that Jesse Eisenberger was a shit ass Lex Luthor.
He was, man. He kind of took that role a little over the top.
I think they told him to go that route. So I think they wanted to make him like the new like techie kind of like modern times villain, I guess you can say.
Basically, like the social network style,
Yeah, there you go.
It didn't bother me that he was like, I get it. They're trying to give him like a modern look because that's probably like what a modern CEO probably dresses like and acts and stuff.
Yeah.
But what bothered me was that like he just didn't seem intelligent. He just seemed like a lunatic. Lex Luthor is a lunatic, but he's intelligent.
He's also
like he would keep himself composed and everything.
Yeah, he knows how to compose himself exactly.
Yeah.
And this guy was just like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. It didn't.
Yeah,
feel like
they made him kind of like also, even though he had a plan, like he did have a plan, like, and his plan was to basically create this the monster that, what was his name? Why am I blanking on his name?
Doomsday.
And like he was somehow trying to work it out where Doomsday came, killed Superman, and he had a plan, but it just seemed like he was like more chaotic and like random, and it kind of was like how did he expect this plan to really come together like that? It's kind of like pure luck. Whereas a lot of times Lex Luthor, it's not luck. It's like because he's so smart, he knows how to piece things together.
Yeah, he's like your modern day mobster or mafia guy that pays the right people to get away with shit.
Yeah,
basically.
And he knew everybody's identity in that movie too, no?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah,
which I thought was stupid.
Yeah.
Toy Avenue says, if you guys could only collect one character, DC or Marvel, who would it be? For me, it would be Spider-Man.
Damn, it's a tough one.
John, Toy Robot, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know.
To me, if it's one, I'm going Batman. That's just I got all the way from 66 all the way up to collect plenty Batman.
True, there's a lot of Batmans.
There's a lot of different lines. You got like, if let's say you're just collecting Batmans, you're collecting Hot Toys, McFarlane, dude. I would personally choose Spider-Man, like Toy Avenue said. I think Batman and Spider-Man are pretty close with the Rogues Gallery, but I like more Spider-Man stuff just because if I had to go with the toy lines, Hasbro kind of doing their thing with Spider-Man, as I'm not a fan of McFarlane, so probably not gonna choose the McFarlane aspect on it, but it is what it is. But Greg, what about you, man? What character?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm glad I don't have to choose only one character to collect because that shit's hard. But I guess if I was to choose one, I'd go with Anakin / Vader. They're technically the same guy. So
get his own mix. Respects.
All right. What about you? Friendly
Batman.
neighborhood Jonathan? Batman? Yeah,
Batman.
I figured it would be Batman.
Oh, how can you tell?
I know.
It definitely would be Batman. Definitely
would be Batman.
I just wish that Batman, a company like Hasbro, like if Mattel really kept it and did their thing with it. I wish that we had really good Batman figures with the Batman Rose Gallery. The closest to a good Bane we've had is like the Storm Collectibles Bane, and then now Mafex is doing a Bane. I think that the McFarlane Bane looks nice, but it just a lot of times when you're trying to go through different lines, they don't scale perfect, they don't scale too perfect with each other. And I think when you're doing all Marvel Legends, having all the the Spider-Man Lizard, the Doc Ock, for me that's easier. So I think that's why I chose that. But
hey, call me crazy, but I like the look on that McFarlane Bane more than I do the Storm Collectible thing.
Do you?
All right, classic.
I'm talking about the look itself.
The look.
Oh yeah, it's classic.
Nice.
It's classic. That's right.
Video game, yeah. But
I feel like the Storm looks pretty good though. I feel like it doesn't look too bad.
I feel like those legs are way too damn skinny for that big ass guy, dude. Yeah.
Virginia says, "What happened to the Batgirl movie?"
Got canceled.
Yeah, so the Batgirl movie got canceled. It was a tax write-off for Warner Brothers, as they decided that the movie wasn't going to make money. They didn't. I don't know why, but they were like, we don't want to release it on HBO Max
or anywhere.
We don't want to release it in the theaters. It's not worth releasing. We don't want to lose on our investment. So we're basically going to use it as a tax write-off. And because they use it as a tax write-off, they'll never, ever be able to use any of that footage legally in any platform whatsoever, no matter what they choose. So Batgirl will never exist, and you won't even see clips of it on YouTube.
They had to
see it. The movie was that horrible?
They did see it.
I think
they did see it.
They were saying that they had test screenings.
Not test screenings. It was the CEOs who watched it themselves and deemed, nah, it's not it.
I did hear that some people did get to see it, but people were just just so disappointed with it that even the Warner Brothers CEO, which is a new CEO, I think his name is David Zaslav. He just took over. Zaslav. Speaking of Haslab, David Zaslav is the new CEO of Warner. I think it's
Discovery Channel,
something like that. But yeah, Discovery Channel basically bought Warner Brothers, so now he's doing things, and he says that he's gonna take the DCEU to a whole nother level. So we'll see. That means.
Out of that news, it's kind of good news because number one, they basically wanted that Batgirl movie to transition from the Flash movie to represent what's the state of the DCEU. So by eliminating that Batgirl movie, they're going to be able to change whatever they want, because rumors was Keaton was supposed to be the main Batman after the Flash movie. Because
that's what I heard too.
And that was strong suit. That was going to be the answer. That's why we had the Batgirl movie.
Man. You got Ezra Miller doing crazy stuff out
there. That too. Who knows when we'll see it?
I'm wondering if that's really what resulted in that getting canceled.
That's why I also think
because if you think about it, he was supposed to. I think the Flash movie was supposed to change the way that the DCEU was gonna go forward.
It was supposed to do a small reboot.
Yeah, if you make a movie based on that, and then the actor is basically the reason why you're gonna cancel the entire
basically.
I mean, they're obviously they don't want to lose money because they think the Flash movie that people were saying that the Flash movie was gonna be good, and so they don't want to lose money on that. They think they'll make good money on it.
I keep hearing that the test screenings are saying that this is the best DC movie that they got out.
We'll see.
And,
Well, I mean, that's
I'm
not
excited
saying
to
much.
see.
So.
And they brought Benny
we
back
got-
too.
Yeah, but it's convincing Ben Affleck because he's coming back to cameo in Aquaman 2.
Nah, what's convincing him is the money.
Yeah,
That
hey, money
too.
convinces everybody, dude.
Hey, dude,
No, but
they
isn't
told
he
me
supposedly like going to continue to be Batman? In this
that's what the
universe?
rumors are. Yep, basically.
Who knows? I mean, but also think about like that Joker movie. The Joker movie was supposed to be a one-off
shot.
Joker movie. They weren't gonna make any more, and then because it made so much money, it got Oscar nominations and Oscar. I think it won an Oscar or two, and because of that, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make a second one." So now they're talking about making a whole second one. So
Money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks.
I
basically.
really like that movie, but I'm kind of afraid they're gonna kind of ruin it.
The sequel is gonna be
Yeah.
scary to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. I mean,
Just
a
like that
musical
one
movie
in
was
the back.
perfect.
Yeah,
It
a
was.
musical. It's gonna
musical,
be a
yeah.
musical, but I wonder
Oh,
if they're
is it
saying
gonna
musical.
be a musical? That's
That's what
weird.
they're saying.
That's what they're
I
saying. Yeah,
wonder
with
if
Lady
they're
Gaga.
saying. Yeah, I wonder if they're
Lady
saying
Gaga?
musical to throw us off. You know, like
Supposed to play
you
Harley
know,
Quinn.
I doubt it, bro. It might.
no,
I
dead
just
ass.
think-
Lady
I
Gaga's
just think
playing
Todd Phillips,
Harley Quinn.
Todd Phillips is he hasn't failed us yet.
That's
in
gonna
most
be
of his movies.
such a weird movie, but hey, I'm all for it.
I mean, it's unique. We haven't seen it before, so I guess.
I get what they're trying to go with a lot of this stuff, but it's just I don't know how
Unnecessary,
it works, bro.
basically,
Yeah,
is what you're
it's
trying to say.
unnecessary.
But
Yeah.
listen,
Also,
all we
I'll
gotta
go
do.
watch it.
Yeah, well,
I
I'll
will
still
too.
be there. I'll be there
I'm
Thursday
there.
night watching it.
I'm,
I'll
that,
be there
I'm that
Thursday
idiot. I'm still there, dude, watching the movie, even though.
Yeah.
I'll wait to
See?
stream it for free
on HBO Max.
on HBO Max.
Courtesy of HBO.
Paid sponsored, that's for sure.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Who's cashing the check?
Let me see.
And
Are
if
you
you guys
guys-
didn't know, Jonathan has the biggest Loungefly collection out of all of us.
That's,
right there.
That man collects everything.
you know, every time we go to California Adventures at Disneyland, he kind of spends like 15-20 minutes picking the perfect bag, you know.
Yep, he looks at the paint apps.
The
and all
best
that on
part,
the
the
bag.
best part is that he
He's
puts
like,
it
shout
on.
out
He
to
wears
Jenny
it.
for the jokes.
Shout out to my
Man,
girl for all
The man
this.
puts it on behind both shoulders, dude, locked and
You're
loaded.
gonna-
Yup.
yes, sir. Hey, always have a. Speaking of, Disneyland Adventures Campus, how about we see some of that Hot Toys goodness, huh? The Spider-Man.
Greg would
Let's
have to pull
see.
his out because
Who has his?
I'm not
Mine
unposing
is-
mine.
Mine's just too
Whoa.
far. I ain't gonna post
Pull
that
it out,
shit.
Mikey.
Guys,
Pull it out.
y'all got like a
Mikey, pull it
Spider-Man?
out.
What the
John,
hell? I see
John,
it.
I bet you haven't even opened yours, dude. Mine and Greg's are
No.
on the shelves already.
No, I haven't opened mine.
What are you waiting for?
I mean, hey, if anybody wants to see anything about the Spider-Man D23 Avengers Campus Spider-Man, it's on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that
Oh,
after this
There it
thing.
is.
But we're gonna dive in to something that I know a lot of people are asking in the chat. They're asking, what's going on with the Haslab. So we're gonna watch.
Oh, I got a lot to say about that.
We're gonna
All
watch
right,
the
let's go.
Haslab.
We gotta-
We'll watch the Haslab video.
Get
and
your
then,
popcorn, folks, because we're gonna be here for a while.
We're gonna express our thoughts on it and let everybody know how we feel. So
Let's do it.
the video should be coming up shortly for us to check out.
I haven't
There
actually
it is.
seen it yet. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, so this is the Haslab, Robbie Reyes. This is what they showed off. I want to say on Friday morning. It was at like 8 or 9 in the morning they were showing off
8
this
a.m. I
Haslab.
remember being
8
watching it at
a.m.
work.
We were at work watching this, losing our minds because just so everybody knows, this is the first time we get to see not Johnny Blaze, but Robbie Reyes, a Hispanic character, somebody that we together associate with, because we're all Hispanic here.
He literally lives in our backyard.
Oh yeah, and East LA.
Damn, beautiful.
He lives next door to Jonathan.
Yeah, he actually does. bro.
His name is Jason Smith.
Damn, some custom plates on that sucker, like I Love the Lakers or something
Dude,
like
they
that.
have a
That'd be
bunch
dope.
of stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I think they made a custom license plate for this based on like some of the comic work that they did for it, and all kinds of stuff. It's cool.
Look at the inside of it too, though.
Dude,
Yeah, like-
if
Damn,
that,
I
if
didn't
that
see
handle
that
moves
part.
like that, if
Damn.
that
Oh, wow.
moves like that, it's
Oh
gonna be dope.
shit!
The license plate says must cop. Damn.
No.
Wow. Hey, man, that was a pretty good promo video right there.
Hey, I mean,
You
if
might
you guys,
think the promo is good, but tell him the price, Mikey. What is
if
the
you
price?
guys didn't see at the end of that video, the price was $350.
Not bad. Whoa.
So to John, it's not looking so nice.
Yeah, so the price on that is $350. It's getting a lot of backlash. A lot of people are upset about it.
It's Haslab. Everybody does that. Every Haslab.
I mean,
half.
so in the comments, somebody was talking about, what do y'all think of Haslab bitching going on around the toy
Greg answer right
community?
there.
What do you
Let
guys
Greg
think?
go. Let Greg go.
Greg,
Let
I
him
heard
go,
you.
let him
You're
loose.
already saying something. Go ahead, Greg.
I think it's just a never-ending cycle of Haslabs because, like, when we got the Sentinel, I seen so many people bitch about that. We got the Galactus, so many people bitched about that, and now it's just, it's just part of it. Like, people are just gonna bitch about it.
It's true.
And it's kind of funny now. You're seeing people say the Galactus and the Sentinel were worth the price, even though they were bitching about it. Not all of them, but they were bitching about it.
Fact, people were mad about that price. I'm telling you, people were mad about paying almost $500. Was it $500? I want to say it was $500.
It was $500
for the Sentinel or the Galactus. And I mean, people have to think about it from this perspective. A Haslab is the only way that you're gonna get in this particular situation, because they could re-release the Robbie Reyes, they could re-release his powered down figure also. But that car, that vehicle, you'll probably never see that from Marvel Legends ever again. This will be the first and last time you ever have the opportunity to pay for that. Same thing that happened with Galactus. Same thing that happened with the Sentinels. That's the first and last time you'll see it. Once they run dry, which they always do, it's gone. It at those scales, like Greg was saying. But Greg is right. Like Greg was saying, people were complaining about the prices, about the Sentinels, about the Galactuses, and now people are thinking like, all right, that's reasonable, but this isn't reasonable. There's a bunch of stuff that we could speak on it, but it's just when it comes down to it, either some people are gonna buy it and some people aren't. There's a lot of people, and I'll tell you right now from experience of seeing this, from purchasing Haslabs, I got the Haslab Razor Crest. Even when the Razor Crest blew up, people were like, "Ah, that thing's trash." And then now the Haslab Razor Crest goes for $700. The Sentinels, the Galactus, when it comes out, because it's going to come out within the next month or so, and there's going to be a lot of people who slept on it, who complained about the price, who didn't buy it. So you went from paying $430 to now you're paying $700 to $800 for it, and then in the couple more years, you're going to be paying like $1,000 for it. So that's just how it works.
Basically.
Yeah, I definitely would like to get my hands on the Galactus, even though I didn't pre-order one.
See,
but he didn't pre-order it because he didn't want it. Because the price bothered him. He didn't pre-order it because he just was busy with work and just forgot.
I honestly didn't pre-order the Sentinel because I don't collect X-Men, but I wanted the Sebastian figures, and I was able to get those pretty easy. And I didn't pre-order the Galactus because I don't need a Galactus. But I'm definitely gonna buy some people's Silver Surfers, and I know I could get them for like 30. But see, that's the thing: the Silver Surfer is probably gonna sell for like $50 to $80 already off the bat. So some people are gonna have to like either and the walking Silver Surfer is like at $60, $70. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That's
and
true.
this one's way better than the Walgreens one. So
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say friendly neighborhood toy, and you were speaking, but what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on the price?
Yeah, it's so it's the type where like I think this is where people mostly just started wrong when you're comparing it to other Haslabs or when you're comparing it to other lines and when you're comparing it to other vehicles, because at the end of the day, you're always gonna find something that you don't like, you do like, and it's just never gonna satisfy anyone or you, and to the point where you're just going to be bashing on it for no reason. Like, to be honest with me, I see like a lot of comparisons with it, and I see it I see it compared with the Haslab and the G.I. Joe one, right? And then I see it with the Razor Crest one, and then I passed on both of those, and I didn't talk shit. I just gratefully said, I don't collect it, I don't like it, it's not for me, I'm done with it, I'm cool with it. I'm happy for the collectors that got it though. Definitely happy. Now, when it comes to the Marvel section, I'm a big Marvel guy, and I saw the Haslab, the Charger. I'm just like, yeah, that's for me. I'll buy it. It's just if people are complaining about the price, that means it's just like you should just learn from that. Don't rightfully or like, fastly go fuck that. It's trash because it's expensive. Just hey man, just give it like a second thought or two and work on a solution to how can you acquire it. Hey, I'll sell some action figures. Hey, I'll trade some stuff to sell, or I'll save like $10 every paycheck I get, or like every 20 or 50, even $50 or $100 each paycheck I get aside. And I understand there's some bills, there's some monthly expenses that people can't mostly save, but there's always going to be a solution to getting something that you want. And it's just like Greg said, if you really want something, you'll pay the price for it. And if you don't want it that badly and you don't want to pay it, and like Greg said, you didn't want it that badly,
Yeah, you just got to be at peace with it, man.
You got to be at peace with it. Basically, be at peace with it. And that's the best advice I heard. And basically, it just follows through with the whole collecting game. I definitely like Robbie Reyes' character. I bought ever since he was introduced when I was reading comics and collecting them. I ordered or I bought 3 copies of his first appearance, and then I got a variant cover for him because I rode with it. East LA Ghost Rider.
There you go. Let him know why you love
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly. East LA Ghost Rider. Mexican American,
just like us.
He was in high school. He was going through. There was some stereotypical stuff in that issue run, but it's just there's nothing else to base off of. But it was something that you could be like, oh shit, a Mexican in the Marvel universe. That's dope. And it's just I already have it in DC with Blue Beetle and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But with Marvel, I can't remember. Greg, can you tell me when's the last time you seen the Mexican in Marvel universe?
America Chavez.
I mean the new Namor.
Well, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Hey, we don't like that pandering shit. You know what? I want Namor the way he originally is. I don't want him Mexican.
Yeah.
I don't
nobody asked for him to be Mexican.
Yeah, I don't fall for that bull crap. He's not a Mexican.
I ain't got time for your bullshit.
I'm an original Mexican character.
Yeah, original, straight off. They didn't make Johnny Blaze Mexican.
We want an original Mexican character.
We want an original. They didn't make anyone else different. They made a new character back in 2014 or 2015, and they started it off right, and they made it different. It's a Ghost Rider. A Ghost Rider is not specific to Johnny Blaze or to Danny Kletch or any. It's a title. It's a mantle. So I always wanted a Robbie Reyes' figure. I always told you guys I always wanted a Robbie Reyes' figure.
And we finally get it. And we're getting it.
And guess what? I'm gonna make it in every way so I could get it. I'll save money. I'll sell some stuff. On our whatnot page, Kaboom Collectibles, and then I'll make it happen. It's
pull up Brandon P's message, Mikey.
Brandon P. I'm assuming you're talking about this one, or are you talking about?
Yeah, that one's good. That one's good right there.
All right. Brandon P says the price is reflecting all tier unlocks, which are all figures.
Oh, pull up his next comment because that one is on the point on that one too.
I agree with this one. We're probably gonna because what's the new price for Marvel Legends now? What, like $30
bucks?
$27, but after
tax,
$30 bucks.
All right, so $30. And then we're probably gonna get some deluxe figures in there too. Like if they gave us like Mephisto, he's probably gonna be a deluxe. If they give us Blackheart, he's gonna be a deluxe. So what are deluxe figures cost now? Like what? Like $40, $50?
Yep,
around $50.
So I think they're adding all that in. Like you said, it's all
that comment right there, Brandon. That comment right there. The Super 7 Party Wagon is $475 with no tiers and electronics.
And I didn't hear anybody complain about that.
I did not hear exactly. I did not hear no one complain about that.
You know why? Because a lot of people who collect Super 7, they're already at $50. A lot of the people who collect Marvel Legends, I don't know why, but they have this expectation for everything to be cheap. When
cheap and perfect.
Yeah, and Hasbro Marvel Legends.
I think more affordable than cheap.
Okay.
All right, affordable. I mean, regardless.
Yeah, there you go.
When people try to compare McFarlane to Marvel Legends, you can't compare. You have Tom McFarlane, who has literally said in interviews and whatever you want to say, he said it in. And eventually I'll probably put this on the YouTube channel. But he has said, I don't want to give people the articulation that they ask for, because why would a figure need to stand on one leg? Or Greg would say it better than me because Greg remembers it more vividly. Greg, what has Tom McFarlane said that makes you think that he does not care for the collector's opinion?
There's actually you could actually look it up today if you wanted to. There's an interview he has with Shardamus Prime where Shardamus is trying to get him to. This is before he put articulation into his figures. He's trying to get him to. He's telling him that people want articulation, and he's saying that articulation is kind of useless. Like they have articulation to make a. They advertise it as like, oh, you could stand this figure on one leg, but you really can't. And then Shardamus is like, yeah, you can, and like he's just stubborn like that. Like there's just so many instances where he's stubborn. He just wants to do things his way. I don't think he really cares about what the fans want. You know, that's just my opinion though. But you could do all the research. I really don't think he cares, man.
Find the evidence is what Greg is
It's all
saying.
out
You
there.
see it. It's all out there.
There's multiple. IE was talking about the females too. He doesn't think female figures sell. Like it's just stupid shit like that. Like female figures sell. I mean, I have a bunch of them. What is he talking about?
If they're really decent, like I'll buy them. Like there's a lot of like I'm gonna be honest. Like the line there, it's called AEW Wrestling. I want to say right now
female figures right there. Bam.
Yeah, see, but those
Yeah,
are
already in my house, paid for it.
let's just say we're talking domestic.
A cool figure is a cool figure, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, a good figure is a good figure. That's why, like there's AEW female figures with double jointed arms, double jointed knees. They have the same hands as the male figures, the same ankles as the male figures. They don't have high heels like Marvel Legends. Like there is some gripes of Marvel Legends that I will say. Like when Marvel Legends was making high heel, like those weird feet for female figures. Like why can't a female figure have regular feet? And they've been doing that now. Why doesn't female figures have double jointed elbows? They're starting to do it now, but it's like I also have said before, I'm surprised not like more female collectors or females in general. Like if I'm an actress and I see my figure and my figure doesn't have the same posability as like a male figure, I'm gonna complain because it's like, come on, we deserve the same. Like that Spinneret, that's a clean figure, a dope
Beautiful
female
figure.
figure. That's one of the best next to some of the most recent that they've released. And Marvel Legends is starting to do that because they know that people want to buy female figures. There's some collectors that literally only buy female figures. There's
true.
I have seen Instagram pages where there's people who only buy the female figures. That's it.
I've sold figures to guys, by the way, who just buy female figures.
Yeah.
Some guy came to my house from OfferUp. He straight up just said he was buying two female figures. He straight up said, "Let me see all your female figures." I showed him, and he bought a bunch more. That's all he collects.
Yeah, some people do. Yeah. So Toy Robot, I do want to hear your opinion on this. I don't know how big. I don't think we've had a conversation on how much of a fan or not a fan you are of Ghost Rider, but based on your opinion, what are your thoughts on this? Is this something that you're looking into as far as like a Haslab that you might see yourself buying this time?
I do want to get it. I regret not pre-ordering or joining, back in the Galactus because I knew damn well I was going to want that one eventually. But like Greg said, it was more like shit. I didn't realize that like the deadline was over to pre-order the damn thing. As for this Ghost Rider, I think I'm going to get it. I want to get it. My intention would be to get it because it does cost a lot of money. What are we talking about? Over $500 here for this thing?
$350.
Nah.
It's $350.
$350?
It's $350. So it's under what a Galactus,
right?
Yeah.
I actually got it for under $400. I got it for $398.
Exactly. Oh, you bought it already?
Well,
I backed it already.
For some reason, the shipping to his house is cheaper. Mine's just going to be probably $400.
Oh,
that's weird.
Because then we might get other editions. Like
we're definitely going to get other editions.
Oh, it's big time. Super tiers.
So
yeah,
they already teased Mephisto.
You see, so I think it'll be worth it. I'm definitely going to intend to get it. And for people complaining about it, it's like at the end of the day, like Greg said, either you want it or you don't want it. You can get it or you don't get it. Express your feelings, but like let's not separate how someone expressing their feelings to like hating on something, because it sounds like a lot of people be hating on this stuff like as soon as they can't afford it.
There's a difference, yeah. Like there's a difference between hating something and hating on something. When you hate something, you just generally dislike it. When you're hating on something, that's jealousy. So there's a difference. Just remember
it's
that.
almost like you're putting it down for the next person to feel a certain type of way. Like, dude, if that person can afford it and get it, then be like, dude, let me know when you get it because I want to see it. I want to see like what the hype is all about. But to start putting it down and doing all that nonsense, either get it or don't. No one's putting a gun to your head.
I mean, here's the thing for me. Like, here's my problem is a lot of people, and not to shit on Tuck Art because I think his YouTube channel is funny. Now, he posted a picture. It's of the 1/24 scale, the Vin Diesel and the Charger that he has.
Mhm.
Which that's, I mean, if we're really talking about the Vin Diesel is like this fucking small. It's not big. The car is like this big, a 124 scale car, and we're talking about. Let's just say we're talking about model cars. A model car at 124 scale is really small, so that's why you'll see a Charger like that for $24.99 or $27.99 or whatever, $30. Now, if you look up and if you go and you try to look up a 118 scale, which that's like 3.75 inch, a 118 scale vehicle, like a little car, a model car, a diecast car, whatever it is, that's like 105 to 140 bucks. Now, if you're talking about 112 scale, which we're seeing here, 112 scale car, those run like for actual diecast cars, like the nice ones that you really want to pick up, that car model collectors pick up, those range from 200 to 400 bucks. There's some that are worth more than that because they're just like certain special ones. Now, if you're like, that's what we're getting here. We're getting a 112 scale model car that's really nice. I don't know if it's diecast. Most likely it's gonna be plastic, which is also like the downside to it. I will agree that 350 is a little pricey to me for a vehicle. Now we're talking a vehicle plus figures. For all we know, the tiers are gonna be figures that you can only get with this figure. But if you're thinking like a 1/6 scale car, I'm just trying to point out, because I collect Hot Toys. Greg collects Hot Toys. John now has some Hot Toys. If I had a Marty McFly Hot Toy that cost me 230 bucks, 250 bucks, and I wanted to have a DeLorean to go with him and Doc Brown, that DeLorean at retail was $825. Now imagine being a Hot Toy collector. That's twice as much, maybe way more than this $350 car. And that's not even including the Marty McFly. That's not even including Doc's dog. That's not including Doc. That's not including a bunch of accessories. You're literally paying for $825 for just a car. No figures. Now this go ahead.
No, Mike, I just want to ask, if you're bringing up that one, how about the Ghostbusters mobile? Like, how much does that thing cost?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's definitely not 350 bucks. It's definitely not the price of a Hot Toy. It's like times 2 of that. Like, it's expensive, and it's probably more expensive because to make that vehicle is bigger than a DeLorean. And I get it though. Go ahead.
Oh my bad. And the thing is too is we don't really get that many 112 scale vehicles. Mm-hmm. Like, look at, people are still going back and trying to buy that Ninja Turtle vehicle to make a van because
the van, like that. And people try to customize it for a Punisher van, and even that goes for like 150 bucks. It's expensive.
I get, like,
that's a cheap van, dude. It's cheap.
It used to be cheaper until people found out you could customize it. Mm-hmm. That van used to be like $30. Now I think it costs like $100. But
aftermarket, right?
But it's made cheaper. Well, yeah, because they don't make it anymore. It's way different. It's like a cheap van.
It's worse because it's $100. Plus, you gotta customize it, so you gotta do a lot of work.
Paint it.
A lot of work.
You gotta buy the paint, brushes,
stuff like that thing ends up probably costing like $200 to get it where you want it. But anyways, I agree with Mikey. It is overpriced, but this is all I see. I've said it many times. Like, everything we buy is overpriced, guys. Like, everything, man. Like, the shoes we wear, the phone we use, like, it's all. You think an iPhone's worth $1,000? No fucking way, man. You think these shoes, Nikes and Jordans, are worth like $200-$300, sometimes $400? No way. But it's just like, you just gotta learn. Like with me, like, I don't have to have the nicest iPhone. I don't have to have the freshest like shoes. Like, I could live without that. This I can't. I gotta have it. So I'm gonna buy it. But like, that's just the way it is. So it's like, that's what it comes down to. Like, are you okay without having this figure? And if the answer is yes, then then you could
move on and buy the other shit.
I think Greg makes sure his Hot Toys have better underwear than himself.
That's another thing too. I'm already used to overpaying for toys. I buy Hot Toys. Those shit are overpriced too, man. But that's just
it's like Barbies are $20, but a Hot Toy's $235.
Yeah, so those are comparisons people would make if that was a Haslab. They'd be like, you can get this Barbie for. And it's like, it's not the same quality or nothing, but I do agree it's overpriced. But it's like, what do you want to do, man?
Yeah, I
mean that today or fucking 700 tomorrow,
Yeah, I mean, that's, somebody wrote that in the chat. I think it was Funko Matt. He said that you could either pay $350 now or you could pay $500 to $700 later. If you love Ghost Rider, I already know off the bat. If somebody loves Ghost Rider, just in general, Ghost Rider, and if you love, like Jonathan has a love for Robbie Reyes because he's somebody who's Hispanic, he's somebody who grew up in East LA like Jonathan did. our friendly neighborhood toy nerd. He resonates with this character. He feels a love for this character, and he's like, I want this because it represents not just a toy, not just a Haslab, but my personal life, and it's something I'm gonna invest in. And a lot of times, dude, there's people like, let's be honest, there's people who are gonna buy two because they're gonna sell one to pay for the first one they bought, and it's basically gonna make their first Haslab free.
And you know who they're gonna sell it to? The people who were complaining.
They're gonna sell it to the people who are saying they didn't want it, because when you don't want something, then you see people posing it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how many times I've seen a figure come out like the No 2-pack. I haven't bought it, and I thought I was like, damn, the price is too expensive for me. It's something that I'm probably gonna wait on. And then I'm seeing people pose the Venom figure with the wings. I'm seeing people pose the Null, and I'm like, damn, dude, I should have just bought it for $80. And now people are asking like 120, 130 for the 2-pack. If you want to buy the figure separately, you could buy them for $45 or do a trade. But it's kind of like it hurts you because you're like, damn, I should have just got it instead of having to like deal with this crap of like trying to negotiate with people, trying to find it, going on offer, going on eBay. Like prices are tough. Money's tough to spend, but at the end of the day, if you really want something, if you really feel like something's worth it to purchase, that's gonna be worth it. And I know a lot of people talk crap about Marvel Legends, and I know a lot of people have problems with the Marvel Legends pricing is going up, bunch of repaints happening, bunch of things that are reused. But at the end of the day, if you really love like the figures that you're buying, I mean, Hasbro's a top tier company. If you think about Mattel, like I collect WWE Elites. And I like the WWE Elites, but for me, I've been trying to find the lowrider for Eddie Guerrero so that I can have him on a lowrider. And those are like a 118, 112 scale lowriders. And even trying to find that, people are asking me for like 150. And I'm like, damn, I'm not trying to pay 150 for a lowrider, and stuff like that.
They never made one for him. They never made.
Mattel has never made a lowrider that goes with an Eddie Guerrero. The Mattel has made like a Wreck-It ambulance, a Wreck-It car. Those go for like $40 that fit those scale figures, but they're cheap plastic. They're not detailed. They're not painted. They break in pieces because that's what they're meant to do. So they have a different purpose. They're meant to be destroyed. This particular thing that we're talking about right now is meant to put on your shelf, display it, have it with your figure. Like honestly, if you're buying a Haslab, the Sentinel, the Galactus, this new Robbie Reyes figure, you're not buying this to play with it. You're buying this to put it on a shelf. You're buying this because this is the same, like just look as a hot toy, and you want this so people could look at it and be like, damn, that's a dope Haslab that I should have put my money in back there.
You could play with it though. I heard the wheels actually.
Hey, you could play with it, but if I'm buying a Haslab, I'm like a Haslab, Robbie Reyes like vehicle. You won't see me playing with that. That's gonna be on my shelf.
But he actually means that because he actually plays with his toys. Other people play differently, like taking pictures is playing with it. You could take pictures of it, you're gonna he actually plays with action figures.
I personally, I'm not buying a figure if I'm not gonna play with it. But there's some stuff like my Hot Toys that I have back here. I don't buy those to play with. I buy those to pose them. That's why personally, my perspective on the figures, I buy Hot Toys for display. I bought the 6-inch to play with because I like to enjoy my figures. The figures are made to enjoy. Dude, I'm playing with them right now. My son is gonna play with them when he's a certain age to play with them. And that's what, like, eventually I'm gonna be like, hey, I don't care about you destroying my 6-inch because guess what? Daddy got his big toys, and that's what they're there for,
We'll wait till he gets his hands on Daddy's big toys and starts just.
Don't worry, there's gonna be a lock on that case right there because Daddy ain't gonna play that. We got some stuff, some comments that we're gonna look at right now. Funko Matt says, "Where would you rank this Haslab in comparison to Galactus and Sentinel? 1, 2, or 3?"
I would say for sure. I would say my top in this order it would be Galactus, Sentinel, and right now it would be the Robbie Reyes car.
Well, this is a kind of a tough one just because I haven't held my Galactus in my hand yet, or obviously the Robbie Reyes, which I am gonna back, but just based off of looks, I'm gonna go with Galactus, Robbie Reyes, and Sentinel because I have the Sentinel, and honestly, maybe it's just because I've had it for a while. I'm just over that shit. It's not a big deal to me anymore. But definitely Galactus and Robbie Reyes are my top 2, and then Sentinel number 3.
Your friendly neighborhood toy nerd. What's going on? I know you have the Sentinel, and I know you have the Galactus, and I'm jealous because I don't have either. So I want to know your thoughts because I know you want this Robbie Reyes.
No, I mean, like Greg said, I don't have the Sentinel in hand yet. I mean the
Galactus.
You mean Galactus? Yeah,
Galactus.
correct.
I have the Sentinel, and just like Greg said, I'm tired of looking at the motherfucker because I just want the Galactus. But having seen the Galactus at Comic-Con, I want to choose Galactus number 1, Robbie Reyes number 2, and Sentinel number 3. The only reason for Galactus is not only because it looks beautiful and it goes with a lot of stuff, but the accessories that they come with, a dead Galactus, his herald, some of his heralds, and Silver Surfer, which is sick, and it's just sick to see, and best, especially since it's more than what the Sentinel was getting.
And he's pretty massive too.
And he's massive too,
Yeah.
so it's gonna go well. I'm excited to have it. I'm gonna put my Mezco Fantastic Four against that one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one. So that's my ranking: Galactus, Robbie Reyes, and Sentinel.
That's crazy. I personally don't have any of them, but if I'm being honest, it really does have to do with what you collect. Like I personally don't collect a lot of X-Men figures. Like I have a Wolverine just because I love Wolverine, but I don't have any other X-Men characters. So when it comes to like Galactus, that's like obviously Fantastic Four and stuff like that. And I don't really collect Fantastic Four, but I collect Spider-Man. And then Robbie Reyes for me is something that I collect because I like Ghost Rider. So for me, I like that's why I say it's so different because I would put Robbie Reyes as first, and I would put Galactus as second because I love the Fantastic Four more than X-Men. I know people are gonna be like, what? But and then X-Men would be my third because like I put it based off what I would pay for first. And so for me, the Robbie Reyes is something I'm gonna pick up for sure first, and then the rest are something that I'd gradually grab as I progress. But Toy Robot, what are your thoughts? I don't know if you have any of these actually.
I only have a Sentinel, and I haven't.
So you have a Haslab though, because I didn't know if you had any.
Oh yeah, I have one that I haven't opened yet. It's still in the box.
Yeah.
Might
So
be
what
a
would
brick
you
in
rank?
there for
What
all
would
I
you
know.
rank them, huh?
Oh
What
well, I would say for me, I would go, and none of them in hand technically, because I think actually I played with yours, Jonathan, when I went over your house that one time.
You did,
But I think so. He's the size of a newborn, I think, bigger than a newborn.
That's all I was
Yo,
joking. Yep.
they're huge.
Nah, so I would go Galactus, Sentinel, Robbie Reyes
Yes, yeah.
for
So
now until I get any of them.
It seems like Galactus is a top tier one for sure.
Yeah, I hope Felix still has one for me.
Jeez. Felix, if you're here, bro, let the man know that he's ready to get it. In the comments, Funko Matt again says, I think it's gonna go up once Marvel introduces their version of Ghost Rider in the MCU. I am hoping that the first Ghost Rider that we have in the MCU is Robbie Reyes. I know they've done some stuff with him with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and a lot of people loved it. So I mean, bless you, sir. But I mean, we have seen like Nicolas Cage was Ghost Rider in some films, so we have seen that version of Ghost Rider. It would be nice to see an iteration of film based of Robbie Reyes. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what I want to see. I'm not like I never liked Ghost Rider enough to buy his comic books or read them.
Yeah.
But obviously, you look at him, he looks badass. Like aesthetically, he's a cool looking character. But this Ghost Rider, I actually bought the comics to read them because like Jonathan was saying, it's like he's like you kind of feel like I remember I was reading one of his issues, and then you see like they're doing a car chase on the freeway, and then you see him get on like on the 105, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's like right here, like that's crazy. It feels real, like it feels like they're real almost, So yeah, that's my Ghost Rider for sure.
Do you imagine if that was like if we lived in a world where heroes like we had to really worry about like Iron Man picking up, blowing up a car?
I'm glad we don't.
Like you walk outside to go to work and Iron Man just throws your car at a bad guy and you're just like,
and he misses too, dude. And you're just like,
what's up, man? And you have to have like superhero insurance and you're paying another $200 a month on top of your regular insurance.
I think there is a company,
a TV show like that.
what is it called? I
DC
forgot what it's
World.
called. Collateral. Is it
Oh,
called
okay.
Collateral
Collateral
damage.
damage. That's what
Yeah,
it
it's like a
sounds
company
DC.
that pays for all that shit.
By Bruce Wayne's cousin and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Nah, I'm talking about the Marvel version.
Oh, not in Marvel.
There's a Marvel
I was
version.
talking DC.
I don't think I've seen anything
Oh, look,
Marvel.
Felix is watching.
Yeah.
We're getting to his comments. Don't worry. Rex says if Haslab did Punisher van for that price, I guarantee it would be as controversial since
wouldn't be
Punisher
as
is more mainstream.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I still think
go ahead.
I
Yeah,
agree.
it
It wouldn't.
yeah.
It wouldn't be as controversial. I think people are still going to complain no matter what. But I think there's a lot of people complaining because of which version of Ghost Rider it is. I've seen somebody say nobody wants to buy this version of Ghost Rider, and I was like, yeah, I want to buy it. So I think it's just like because he's more like well known. I don't think Robbie has that big of a fan base as the other Ghost Riders. So I do think that what Rex is saying is true. It's not going to be as controversial. But like I said, you're always going to get those people that complain about the Haslabs. It's the never-ending cycle.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like what he said about the Punisher van, I was thinking like, you know what, like I don't know why I feel like if I saw a Punisher with a Punisher van and like a bunch of tiers is like a bunch of stuff, I would pay $350 for that. I don't see how some people would say like, how dare they charge me $300 for a Haslab? It's just tough to look at that and say like that people would look at, because when you watch them do the live streams and you watch them say like how much, because somebody sculpted this, somebody put hard work into this.
Yep.
Obviously, Dwight and the other two, I don't know their names, but there's the two other gentlemen who Ryan, and then there's another guy, and they do what it is like promotion. They talk about it. They probably have some insight on like what ideas to put in there. But there's actual people who go and sit there for hours and hours and weeks and months and scope this stuff. Because Dwight and the other gentleman, and I think there's a couple of people who just kind of like talk about it. They don't sculpt it. They don't put it together. They don't build it. And they do all that aspect of the work. And then you have to think about also these guys who they're just trying to get some ideas out there. What's gonna sell? They're working with the companies, like they have to work with Marvel on the movie stuff. There's like a part of the Target branding where they're like, hey, Target, we got these toys, we got this figure. Hey, Walmart, we have this exclusive. Hey, Walgreens. And all they really do is kind of branch out and talk about it. But at the same time, they're not the ones who make the bigger decisions. So we're getting mad at Dwight and we're getting mad at the other gentleman. Hey, what's going on with this stuff? What's going on with that? But they probably go through like a guy who's the head of all of the brands. Like he's head of the Black Series. He's head of the G.I. Joe. And they go, hey, we have this Robbie Reyes toy. We want to add this. We want to add that. And he's like, how much are we going to make it for? How much are we going to sell it for? Nah, man. Go and come back when we're making more profit. So, like, at the end of the day, we're getting mad at them. And we're getting mad at, the Marvel Legends team. But sometimes they don't have that real ability to say, I want to make this. Like he could, like one of these guys could be a fan of Hulk. And they're like, damn, man, I just want to make Hulks all day. And then they're like, nah, man, Hulk's not selling right now. We're not going to put that up there. So it kind of sucks because we get mad at them, but it's not them who make the decisions. It's other people who are higher up that look at things from a business mindset. It's costing me this much to make it. I want to profit off these people, because at the end, it's a business. It's not a bunch of people like Valaverse or like other collector companies that are making like the Fwoosh and the Articulated Ninjas, where they're making stuff for collectors by collectors. It's literally, we're talking about Hasbro, who's a company whose objective and goal for their everyday workload is to make profit off of people like us. And they're not gonna think, those guys were complaining about it being $350. You know what? Let's drop the price for them at $200, like they were yelling about. It's not gonna change because they don't care about our opinions as far as like the price goes. They just care if it's gonna make money.
And because it's gonna sell.
And because they know it's gonna sell, they know it's gonna profit.
And a lot of people keep comparing the price of this Haslab to like older vehicles from like the past years, but it's like Fat Joe said. I don't know the word for word the quote, but the price of today is not the price of yesterday or whatever.
Nope.
Like that's just the way it is.
And it's not the price of the next couple of years.
It's not gonna be the price of tomorrow either. So it's like
when minimum wage goes up, the prices for stuff goes up, and a bunch of other stuff goes up. So it's just how it works,
Yep.
It's a part of it. But Brandon P in the comments says the biggest thing for me with people not liking the price is everyone should back right now quickly so we unlock Reyes, power down, and to see the tiers. It's free to see the unlock tiers and then decide. That's true. I think when they show off Mephisto, I don't think they're gonna make a Mephisto Marvel Legends on a regular thing. I think when they show that off, it's gonna have a lot more people backing it.
I think that's some of those characters that I think they want to add into this Haslab are kind of characters they probably can't put on the shelves because of kids, because a lot of them are like devils and demons and stuff. So they probably can't like put them on kind of like
controversial items.
Yeah, kind of like Purple Man. Like they probably can't put him on the shelf. That's why he was an exclusive at San Diego. So I think like these figures, like we're probably gonna get characters that you'll never be able to get like anywhere else, you know. And some of them might be deluxe figures. So I think we got to see, like it says, like right now we could just speculate and say like, oh, the math's gonna all add up, but we really don't know until we see those unlocks. You know,
that's true. That's true.
True.
Let's see. We're looking at some of the comments. We have a lot of comments today.
Read them.
We're here all night.
All right. Funko Matt, back at it again, says it's overpriced, but they're not making people buy it.
Exactly.
Which is true.
Yep,
they're not making anybody buy it. They don't have a gun to your head. They don't have a knife to your back saying, buy it now or else. You know, you have a choice. We all have a choice. Obviously, every figure is subjective, so we are entitled to our opinion about it. You know, obviously, we should all be respectful, but at the same time, you could either choose to buy it or choose to not buy it. They don't give a shit. They want your money, and they're making money no matter what. So it is what it is.
Yeah, for every one person that ain't gonna buy it, there's 5 more that are gonna buy it. They don't care.
Yep, basically.
Yep.
J.I. Acosta. My apologies for butchering your name. He says 6 set of Mikey.
Don't let the brown skin fool you. He can't read
How
those
dare
Spanish
you? You're
names.
disrespectful.
He can't read those Spanish names.
I've always heard it as Acosta, but Acosta. I don't know how you guys said it, but thank you for that, bro. I appreciate it. It's a baby setup. It's not as big as other people. Like it's not as big as Greg's. Look at that. All those hot toys in the back. I'm jealous.
All right, Jason, I see how it is.
But he has
your setup sexy too. Get on those backpacks.
All right, yeah.
It's
because I know what those backpacks go for. I know that's a lot of money right there.
Jonathan's setup is pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's Jonathan.
That's cute.
Thank you, bro.
Jason Smith says cool backpacks in the background, dude.
They're so sick, brother.
That's
Funko Matt is back. He said if you're even considering it, I'd say back the Haslab if you're in a position to do so responsibly. It's better than regretting it and not having it down the road.
Exactly. That's something I wanted to say about that too. Is that like it's okay that you can't afford a toy. Like I'm not trying to talk shit. Like I can't afford some toys. Like what I do to make myself feel better about it is just say one day I will be able to afford it. You know, but sometimes you just can't afford a toy, and that's okay. You know, like there's other things that are important. You know, you don't gotta feel bad about it, but that doesn't mean you gotta hate it because you can't afford it. You know, like just be at peace with it. That's it, man. Like
that's what we talked about earlier with the Haslab stuff. Is like there's a difference between voicing your opinion and then just straight up hating on something because you might not be able to get your hands on it.
Yeah, if you're able to, you know, if you could get it and you want it, just get it. Because obviously the people who are talking shit, they want it. Why would they talk shit if they didn't, right? So it's the price that bothers them, right? Yeah. So I get it. You can't afford it. Like, and like I'm saying, I'm not saying like I'm not trying to talk shit because there's some toys I can't afford. There's a toy I want right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not being able to afford anything.
Yeah, it happens. You know, there's gonna be, and don't buy something because it's all hype because the hype's gonna die down. Look at the Sentinel. Like we're over that shit already. Like that thing's in my garage. I don't even care about that.
Wait, but would you sell your Sentinel for less than retail right now, or like?
No, I wouldn't. But
all right, then you're not over it.
Well, you know what?
It's
still it did die down.
Take a loss,
I think it was going for like 700 or 800, and now it's still going for like 600. What I'm saying is like
if you pull it out, no one's like it's not a big deal to nobody anymore. It's just like Sentinel.
I mean, I'm just saying if I saw your Sentinel, it'd be a big deal to me. I'm like, oh, I don't have that. Well, for people who don't have it, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have it and you just started collecting Marvel Legends, I'm gonna look at your stuff and be like, dude, I wish I backed that, or I wish I collected and was able to back that at that time.
You're talking of you like you are a owner of a Sentinel, Greg.
Yeah. No, but what I'm just trying to say is like my hype's moved on to the Galactus now. Like I was so excited about this.
No, your hype's at the Robbie Reyes now.
I can't wait to get this. Nah, my hype's still on the Galactus because I mean I'm excited for the Robbie.
I want to see that Silver Surfer in person, dude.
But like,
you get it, I'm going to your house.
I was like, man, I can't wait to get my Sentinel, man. I'm never letting this go. And now it's like, I have it. I'm just like, for the right price, I'll let it go. You know, like, it's like, whatever.
Also, you will let it go.
I will let it go.
You will let it go.
Not for below retail, like you were saying, but I'll let it go for.
John's like,
at
how
the right
much
price.
above retail, huh?
What's the right price?
But what I'm saying is, like, the Robbie race is going to come and go. Like, you know, everyone's hyped for it now because it's new. So don't feel like you have to get it because everyone else is going to get it. You know, just get it because you want it.
And you want your collection.
If you're not gonna be able to pay your electricity bill or your car note, or it's gonna get you in end up being divorced, don't do it, man.
Don't.
Damn, don't do it. John.
That's not collecting responsibility, guys. We're over here saying collect.
Hey, there is people,
like
that don't have that control, though. There is people that don't have that control. I used to play World of Warcraft. There's a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Let's not bring up the past, Greg. Virginia says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Chris Benoit and what happened to his family?" So I'll go on this one. I think that what happened to the family was a very sad situation. I think that there's on TikTok, on all kinds of YouTube videos, there are different stories, different directions that people go into. But I think that we should separate the two. Chris Benoit's in-ring career is very different than Chris Benoit's situation outside of his wrestling endeavors. And I think that as a wrestler, he was a great performer. A lot of people respected him in the industry. A lot of people thought that he was, honestly, for me, he was one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers. Obviously, after hearing about the situation that happened with him, I don't know what happened, like, personally, because I wasn't his friend. I don't know his stories. But I know that there's tragic things that happen with people when they get hit in the head. He took a move from another wrestler called the flying headbutt, where he literally jumped on the rope, off the ropes, and hit his head on the person's body or head or whatever. And that does cause a lot of damage, and it can cause you to have a lot of mental issues. And beyond that, it comes with, like, people who do things in the NFL. They've tried to make things more safe for them because people do get concussions and people do have problems. Like, look at Muhammad Ali, who literally, like, had a lot of brain damage because of boxing and stuff like that. So during Chris Benoit's time in the industry of wrestling, there wasn't a lot of safety protocols and regulations. Same thing with Muhammad Ali when he was in boxing. Same thing with the NFL. Everything has changed now to prevent these situations from happening. And I think that his in-ring career should be represented in a good way. But outside of that light, he made his decisions, and you know, we don't really want to speak on that. But those are my thoughts. If anybody else has thoughts, let me know.
Just watching wrestling at the time when that happened too, because I was a big fan of Chris Benoit myself. He was a great wrestler, always put up a great show. But to me, when I did hear that when that happened, which I don't know the extent, like Mikey said, we're not friends with the guy, so we don't know exactly what's going on. But from what's come out, it's like that's what made me stop kind of like not like being such a big fan of him anymore. Like, at the end of the day, you should not take no one else's life, and especially not your kid's life. Like, if you could do that, that's pretty horrific right there. But if that is true, of course, if it's true, but that's my take on that.
Yeah. Stop being in the ring, he was a good wrestler, but outside of life, he's a piece of shit. It is what it is.
If it's true.
All right, and IE has something to say. That Sentinel is about to be on Whatnot next week, starting at a $1 bid, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine
that thing better. Imagine, dude, that thing hits like $10 and somebody takes home a Sentinel for $10.
Hell no, that ain't
Greg, you could be the Muhammad Ali of Whatnot, dude. Like,
I have faith that it'll go for more than $10. I could see it going for $100. It's still not enough.
John, you are in luck. Felix says, "I got one Galactus ready for you, Big J."
Felix has another cool comment. Put that one up too. That one's
if my girl's watching this, get ready to pay the man.
Felix said they'll either buy it now for $350 or later for $700.
Yeah, so
he also shout out to Funko Matt, because he did say that as well.
He wants you guys to not buy it though, because you're gonna end up going to his shop and getting it for $700.
Felix said, Aegis Geeks will have it.
So he loves when you haters are talking shit about the price of a Haslab. He's like, I'll see you guys
about
later.
Haters are welcome. Come on in, spend your money with me.
Yeah. They make a living off of them.
Toy Avenue says, do you guys have a favorite Marvel Legend in your collection? We'll start off with John, Toy Robot, because I know he barely takes his toys out of the box. Do you have a figure that you've taken out of the box and literally had fun with that you consider your favorite in your collection?
No, I honestly can't even answer that because I haven't yet put my hands on the one action figure that says this
I'm
is
just
the
saying,
one.
John, with that kind of mindset, you need to get yourself some Hot Toys, bro, to put on a shelf because it's gonna change your perspective.
Yeah, you're not touching your shit anyways.
Yeah, like if you're buying it just to display it or put it on a shelf, the Hot Toys are gonna do the job, bro. I'm telling you.
I'll be there eventually.
I'm ready to play with the figure right now.
You're playing with a Hot Toy? Oh,
no,
you're playing with a WWE Elite,
that's
dude.
the Tonka. That's the Tonka, bro.
That's Tatanka. Did he come with a hatchet?
No, but yeah, to answer the question, I haven't yet. I've seen a lot of them look nice through like from the box. So, but as far as saying that I got one particular, I don't at the moment. But I'll get back to you on that one.
I think everybody collects their figures different. Everybody has their own way of
It's
collecting.
collective,
Some people collect figures and they keep them carded. Some people put them on a shelf. Some people pose them. Some people play with them. This is all different. But your friendly neighborhood toy nerd, do you have a favorite Marvel Legend in your collection?
Currently, yes, I do have a favorite. It is part of the Spider-Man 2-pack that I was messing with earlier. It is the Renew Your Vows 2-pack.
That one is
Spider-Man.
A beautiful figure, dude.
Yep. It's got to be my most favorite Spider-Man figure. And I had the piece of Spider-Man. I had the retro Spider-Man. I think I had all Hasbro Spider-Mans. And so far, for Marvel Legends wise, this guy is a favorite right now, for sure. It's
that one's better than the retro one, for sure. 100%.
Big time. So I got to say,
spot on top one.
Gotta say, this Spider-Man favorite right now in the collection. Thank you.
Right.
How about the chat? Well, like, what's your guys' favorite Marvel Legend? If you
let us know in the chat below. Also, your guys' favorite Marvel Legends or favorite figure in general. But your boy Dork Vader, bro, what is your favorite Marvel Legend in your collection?
Mine's always changes. Right now, it's always my newest one.
Dang,
camera right there.
I thought you traded him.
Nah, I was messing with you guys. I was trying to piss
Mikey. I'm jealous, dude, because I don't have it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I wanted that box set too.
The only problem I have with this one is a sword. It's so flimsy, man.
Amazon has it for $73.99.
Like,
I mean, that's not bad though. Wait, just the no or the 2-pack?
No, the 2-pack.
Okay, I thought you were just saying just the no because I was
like, hell no,
you're crazy.
Does Ageless have his 2-pack in stock?
I don't know, Felix. Let me know if Aegis will have it tomorrow because I'll drive over there right now. Actually, if you're still open, let me know. My favorite Marvel Legend in my collection, I want to say, is my PS4 Spider-Man. I think to this day, the PS4 Spider-Man is my favorite because one, I worked for PlayStation. I was there when we launched the game, and I was able to literally go store to store and check on the games when they came out. I watched the PS4 console, the exclusive one with the nice like red lines on it, and then I think that's why it's my favorite because it's something I did for work and stuff. So that's why I would put that one on there.
That's a beautiful figure too.
Yeah, it's a dope figure, and I'm hoping that with this new PS4 Spider-Man game, we're gonna get a Venom from the Gameverse, we'll get a new Miles, and we'll get a new PS4 Spider-Man that looks more vibrant and nicer. And that's why I let go of my Hot Toys PS4 Spider-Man because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some way better figures that go with that game. So I'm excited. 2023, baby. And there's a Wolverine game coming.
I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah. Darian Anderson, which her real name is Darian Martinez now.
True.
If you were on a desert island and could only take one figure, which would it be and why? Let's just ask Greg because I don't see Greg ever going on the island by himself.
If I was on the island, I'm taking the Sentinel just because I gotta chuck it at something.
A Sentinel, so he can fight with it like a
I'm thinking about survival,
He's
man.
Like, I'm chopping trees down. I'm knocking down.
That'll be your Wilson, dude.
I'm knocking down
coconuts with that heavy Sentinel.
I'm beating down bears with that thing, dude.
If something chases me, I got a weapon.
Damn, dude, that's a fucking beam right there, dude.
Hey, and then the box goes in.
If I remember at war, you know, the Spartans come fighting me, dude. Bears, all kinds of things. You're beating them up with that thing.
That Sentinel's gonna wipe out all of that with Island for sure.
All right, friendly neighborhood joiner, what are you taking with you on the desert island, bro?
I would
Greg had a good
probably-
point though. If you might need to use it as a weapon
for survival, yeah. And then
for
that-
survival, dude.
Thanks to that, I'm gonna take the Galactus. I'm gonna be like, hey, this is your god right
He
here.
was like, I'm
This
gonna
is your
take
god.
Galactus, dude. So
You're
you guys
just your
are both there
god.
with some heavy weapons, dude.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna use it as a weapon though. I'm gonna use it to trick their minds. I'm gonna be whatever it
A
is.
mirage, dude.
Yeah, as a mirage, be like, that's your god right there. So you gotta
some
listen to
Islanders,
him.
some
You know, like Jack Sparrow was being like the mediator in that one movie.
Jonathan, you're gonna make yourself the throne to Galactus, huh? You're gonna be the throne dude. In the Galactus.
Basically, I'm his herald. All right, this guy's moving all the time. I'm his herald. He's chosen this island to be deserted in. So you got to make it all accommodative for this guy, and they're gonna be like, they're not even know what hit them. You know.
All right, Toy Robot. What about you? What would you bring on a desert island?
I'll probably take my Kobe Interbay.
Ooh, Kobe.
Yeah.
Would you swing? Would you swing on an animal if he came trying to get you, dude?
I'll chop my arm off and swing with my arm.
You ain't taking my Kobe.
Hey,
He's like, my Kobe's staying, living longer than I am.
Dude,
Yeah,
for real.
That man's gonna watch me die, dude.
You know, if I was on an island, I'd take the lizard Build-A-Figure because if I need to, I'll take off the tail and I'll use it as like a knife, put it back, and then I can play with the figure again.
No,
This
true.
guy.
It's I call it the Swiss Army knife of lizard baths.
Oh man, not my prison shank.
Oh, dude. B Rivera says, "Yo, I love the positive talk y'all got going on. Thank you, B Rivera. We appreciate it. We try our best to keep things positive, and we try our best to keep this talk going and keep it fun, keep it interesting. You know,
mellow, chilled. You know,
heck yeah." Toy Avenue says, "If you can't afford it, sometimes you have to let your collection pay for newer stuff you want to add to your collection."
Great point right there, dude.
That is something that we all do here. We all do that here. If there's something you want to reinvest, you know, I call it a reinvestment. You're taking something that you've already paid for, reinvesting it into your new stuff, or reinvesting it into a new, like, I've reinvested figures into a new hobby. I was collecting hats for a little while, and sometimes I would sell figures to buy a hat because some of these hats are like $80. They're expensive. And so I'd be like, damn, one Marvel Legend or two Marvel Legends would pay for it. So I've done that for things not only for figures, but for beyond that.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I had thousands, like over 1,000 Marvel Legends. I sold them to.
That's true. Very true. There's a video on that too, wasn't there, Mikey?
Is there? Yeah, I think there is.
I think so.
I think
On
you
this
know what?
Huge Marvel Legends collection.
Let us know in the comments down below in the live stream if you guys want to see some great YouTube channel going on, because we've been trying to bug him, man, to make his YouTube to get it going. I think he could do good at it, but he doesn't want to.
He could be great at it.
Let him know that you're ready to see some Greg action in the YouTube universe,
Greg
man.
action right there in the Kaboom
universe.
Funko Matt says, "What figure are you guys looking forward to the most besides Galactus? Hot Toys, Legends, etc." Let them know. What are you guys thinking? What's something that, you know? We'll start with Toy Robot, because I don't really see you buying a lot of figures. Is there a figure that you're thinking of grabbing?
No, the one I am thinking about is both. Actually, I would say more the Mezco Batman. The one from the movie, for the Robert Pattinson one.
Oh,
that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to our Michael Keaton Batman from Mezco that's been promised.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say the '89, but you're gonna be waiting another 5 years for that.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, plenty of figures.
I'm 100 years old.
Right?
My Batman.
I'm gonna be 89 years old when that fucker.
89. I got Batman 89 at the age of 89.
A small price to pay for salvation.
Yep. But that's mainly it. Those two guys, I would say, dude. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's funny. Greg, your boy Darth Vader. What's going on? What are you looking forward to? Besides Galactus, he said.
All right. Well, from SH, I'm looking forward to Kakashi Sensei.
Oh, the 10.0.
Black Series, I'm looking forward to that Clone Wars Mall, season 7 one with the mechanical leg.
Yeah.
And Mezco, the Doctor Doom. Part of that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You know what? Those are some figures I'm looking forward to. the Mezco Doc Ock and the Mezco Green Goblin.
Doc Ock's another. I don't think
Yeah.
has Doc Ock went up for pre-order.
No,
I don't
not
think
yet.
so, not yet. But
Oh,
it's coming
actually, I
soon.
think he has.
Has he?
I think he has. I think he has.
Oh,
think-
you just made me realize I didn't pre-order it.
I don't think he has. Has he?
I think he has. It was just
No, I don't think so.
Does he come
Who
with
knows?
with
We'll
his
look
brown
into it
coat?
later.
Well,
no. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see
But your
it
friendly
later.
neighborhood toy nerd. What is a figure you're looking forward to?
No, my number one right now is the Mayfix Nightwing from Batman Hush.
That's
my
right. I
absolute
forgot
favorite.
they were making.
I
that.
actually pre-ordered 3 from Asia's Geeks. So
I
that's
forgot about that one.
Three.
I ordered one of those.
Yeah,
too.
save some for other collectors. Dude.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I
The other
pre-ordered
reason why I
3.
can't get one.
I pre-ordered
I
3.
know. I
I
can't
knew
get one. Dude.
that Nightwing is one of the second best heroes in the DC universe. I'm excited for that one.
Debatable.
Come on. Who did we choose on number 2?
Number 2, shoot, I don't know.
Don't tell me
Batman
Superman.
Number 2.
No, Batman's number 1, dude. Come on.
Oh, well, for you, he's number 1.
Come
For me,
on. Whoa.
For me, it's Wally West. So
That's number 3
Wally
right there. Wally
West.
West Flash right
I
there.
go Wally West, Batman, and then Superman.
Barry Allen Flash.
Nightwing might not even be in. He'd probably be in the top 10.
Top 10, man. He had to think about that one too.
Red
John.
Hood.
real.
I would put Red Hood in my top 5 for sure.
I put
He's one of, or
Well,
I don't know.
I
Hey,
wouldn't really call him a
I
hero,
do have a
though. He's
question.
more of
Do
a
you
vigilante.
do you know if they've ever in the comic books, or is the game the only time they've ever created Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight was only in the video game.
That's why I was tripping out because I was like,
it
I've
was-
never
There's an
seen this
Arkham Knight
character.
comic, but I don't know if,
But
it's just, if it takes
well,
place
that's
in that
probably
universe,
after
though.
the
The
video
Arkham
game,
Knight comics is after the video game.
And it
Yeah.
takes place in that
Tried-
universe.
Yeah, in the same universe, and they tried putting that Arkham Knight persona, not Jason
Okay.
Todd, but into the comics, and it was based on, in that one. It's a woman who was raised in Arkham Asylum
Oh,
by
shoot.
the villains of Arkham Asylum, like Joker, Clayface, all of them, who raised this girl while she was growing up in Arkham Asylum. She took on the mantle of Arkham Knight to be a fighter for the Arkham inmates against
That's crazy.
Batman.
That's
And
cool.
so it made sense there. But with the Batman and Arkham Knight, the video game, the Arkham Knight was Jason Todd, basically.
Yeah.
And it was the first time everyone heard. They kind of catfished us because the Rocksteady, the writers said, "Oh, this is a brand new character. It's not going to be Jason Todd." They even said
It was
it's not going to be Jason
They
Todd.
said that.
They said
Yeah.
that it's not going
False
to be Jason
advertising.
Todd.
Wow.
Arkham Knight is going to be an original character. You wouldn't even know who it was. And then they announced it, and then
I wish it
Got
was an
Jason
original
Todd.
character because I feel like the design, the costume design, the look, it was pretty dope. And I was hoping
basically,
that
yeah, the design was cool.
a
If
different
they had
character.
kept it not Jason Todd, it would have made the story a little bit better.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
they were rushed into making the game out. There was some delays, there were some issues. So I'm pretty sure they were just like, "Oh, we don't have time for this. Let's just put
Yeah.
Jason Todd in there."
Okay.
So yeah, so that's basically my number one figure I'm waiting is Nightwing Mayfix.
Dope. So Toy Avenue says, I personally keep my figures carded, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying them at all.
Ah,
Tell them.
I mean,
tell
hey,
them.
John is the perfect example of someone who keeps their figures carded and still enjoys collecting figures. I mean, everybody has different ways of collecting. Everybody has different preferences. You're entitled to that. You're empowered by it. And hey, man, glad at least you're a collector. That's the thing. You
mhm.
could be collecting quarters, dude. But you collect figs like us, dude.
Hey,
So,
man,
you know?
he be getting richer every day.
That's true, huh? Rich off all kinds of money, huh?
Nah, this is beautiful.
Toy Avenue comes in with another one. He says it's been in the movies for a while now, but have you guys seen Top Gun Maverick? If someone made 112 Pro Jet, that would be very
Damn.
tempting for me. I
Yeah.
just watched it. I just watched Top Gun Maverick, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that the Top Gun Maverick movie is better than the original Top Gun. I'm just gonna put that on blast right now.
That's cool. I still haven't seen either one.
You haven't seen it? It's really good, and I think it's is it on Paramount Plus yet? Not yet.
Paramount Plus.
But
I think
we're
it's on
waiting for it.
HBO for sure.
No, I think
HBO.
it's on Peacock or Paramount Plus. Either
One
way.
or the other, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it's on there yet for free streaming, but it will be there eventually. I'm sure it would.
Mhm. Greg, what do you think about that?
I actually have not seen that movie.
I think it's really good.
You know how-
John,
It's a good
You know
movie.
how I
It's a
am,
good
guys.
movie.
I wait. till
I was
can
gonna
stream
say
it.
John looks like somebody who would love that movie since.
No, I watched
since
it.
he
I enjoyed
looks like he's
it.
seen
I
the
loved
first one.
it. Yeah, I liked it. I watched the original one and then watching this one with the action. Definitely felt like they took it back, but with the updated version. But you know, that was nice. Good movie. Good stunts.
Okay. Mr. Wayne comes in. He says Darth Vader looks like a great rising American man. Thank you for that comment, bro. We appreciate you.
Wow, beautiful.
He's a great rising guy. He's doing his thing.
Rising through the American ranks.
Yeah. Mr. Wayne also says replacement Little Mermaid. That is true. They did replace the Little Mermaid.
Well,
They're making a Little Mermaid movie with an entire different actress, and I think it looks amazing. Honestly, when I was looking at the trailer for it, I was like, damn, this is going to be a really good movie. Because I think, I don't know who the actress is playing, what her name is, but I thought she was singing really good when they were playing her in the trailer. So, great catch there, man. I really do agree with you on that one, that the replacement to Little Mermaid is a great actress.
I wasn't gonna watch the movie anyway, so I don't care.
I'm gonna watch it. Little Mermaid is
you see, that's a perfect example. If you don't care, you don't put your input.
Hey,
you don't hate on it. That's how it is. You know, it's just you're not gonna. There's no need to hate on it. No need to add to it. That's it. You're just not gonna watch it. You know.
All right, this is gonna be our last chat before we get into our trailers. Toy Avenue says, if you guys hit the lotto and $100 millions of dollars, what first toy related thing would you want to buy? Life size, 6 scale, etc. Shoot, if I won that much money, I don't even think I'd spend it on toys. I'd buy a house. I'd go to Hong Kong, Japan.
Some of it's going on.
I'd go to.
Don't lie to yourself.
I'd go to Rome, Switzerland, all those cool places.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'd buy a life-size house for me too. That's for sure.
I think he meant more like, okay, so when you buy all that, what's the first toy you're buying?
Yeah, what's the toy? Yeah.
Okay. So we're all right. All right. I'm not gonna lie. If I had that money and it was toy related, I don't think I would buy like figures. I would buy like dioramas or displays that are figure related. That's what I would grab.
I would invest in my display. I'd buy fast shelves, lighting, everything. So it's toy related because my toys are going in there. That's what I would invest in.
I want to buy like the hot toy Batman, like the armor Batman and all that stuff. Catch up on some of the older stuff. But I didn't get a chance.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be good. I would buy the Hot Toys, a Batman, Michael Keaton, 89, the Batmobile, life size for him, and then
did they remake that?
They are remaking it out, but with that $100 million, I will be able to
$100 million
or whatever hundred that lotto win. I'd
hundreds
buy
of
like
millions,
2 or 3 hundreds of millions. There you go.
I definitely be pulling up with the actual Batmobile, like
dude. You know what? I probably would. Don't tempt me.
Get a Batmobile for your Batmobile.
A Batmobile for my Batmobile. I'd probably buy a lot of Batman-related Hot Toys for sure. Just to
buy like imagine if Hot Toys made like a helicarrier from like Shield. Like those
sheesh, dude.
That would be expensive, dude.
That's not realistic.
Oh, man, that should be.
Hey, with money,
I can believe it for
6-inch
figures at 3.75, but not Hot Toys.
I wouldn't fit in the house.
Imagine Hot Toys starts a crowdfunding project.
That's great.
That means the house ain't big enough, Greg. Yeah, I mean,
how about use the money to invest in
the money up, not your funny up, Greg.
Oh, make your own toys and shit.
Make your own toy line. Invest
your own helicarrier.
Buy some licenses. Pay for some good engineering on the figures.
Yeah,
some good paint apps. That's what I would want to do. My own figures.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna get into the trailer portion of this video. We're gonna check out Tales of a Jedi. Some of us are gonna be reacting to it the first time. And so I'm going to play it. I'm going to go to the restroom, and I'll let the guys do their thing about it. But we're going to go ahead and watch the trailer right now.
Leave your mic on when you go to the restroom.
There is life, but you must face death. Honor it. Do not fear it.
Oh, shit.
Jedi. Ahsoka is Jedi.
The best way I can protect you is to teach you how to protect yourself.
Master Dooku.
I want to bring peace and order to the galaxy.
Master, stop!
It is the only way you will truly have victory.
My Padawan. Again. Again.
Dooku, stand down.
I'm tired of fighting.
I've been warning them about the coming darkness.
Let's hope all that training pays off.
And who might you be?
Damn. That looks nice, dude. That looks really nice.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, is that Master Yoda's girlfriend or the female? Greg, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
Nah, it's just a species, the same species.
The same species female. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Well,
like
it's
just
'cause
friends.
you see her in episode 1, right, on the council, and then you don't see her again in the next movie. So now
she's in a count. Oh,
yeah, she's on the
damn.
Jedi Council. So now you get to see like what happened to her. So obviously it looks like Count Dooku killed her.
Oh, come on, spoiler, dude.
Well, that's obviously what happened. You could just see from the trailer, and then you also see the sixth brother. That's who's talking to Ahsoka. That's how Ahsoka gets her lightsabers, the white ones. She kills him and cleanses the lightsabers because. So
here we are,
like,
guys. We
the
just
red
got the
lightsabers
full
you could
plots.
cleanse and you could turn them white. So that's
Okay.
what she does. That's how she gets her lightsabers. And then another thing I just noticed that I thought was cool was that Anakin's basically training her to survive Order 66 because she's right there surrounded by clones and
just
and,
like
you
she
know,
was in.
Yeah, so
season
that
7.
that training actually ends up saving her life. That's pretty cool, man. I just realized that right now while watching it. So
So does that mean like Anakin already had a feeling that was?
no, I don't think he had a feeling. I just think coincidentally it just happened, like just because,
Like fate, basically.
yeah, like
Fate.
yeah, like she was just trained already in that situation, so she knew how to handle it. You know, because you even see Rex shooting at her and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, man. And then we get to see I don't know who that guy is with Count Dooku. I want to say it's a young Sifo Dyas, but I'm not 100% sure.
Wait, which one? I mean,
when he-
Master
when he-
Qui-Gon, no?
When he's with Count Dooku, and then he's telling him that I forgot, he said something like basically like calm down, master, or some shit. And
That was Qui-Gon.
no, that wasn't Qui-Gon. He didn't have no
Yeah.
beard or anything. Was it Qui-Gon? Like so, it was
Yeah,
a young
that was
Qui-Gon then.
a
A young
young
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon. That's
All right, there you
what
go.
I was
That's dope.
tripping out because like if she was in episode 1, the species of Yoda, if she was in episode 1, then this is way before episode 1. You get me?
No, well, it can't be. This has to be after. Well, it's
This is
scattered.
before though.
No,
Oh,
it's all scattered. So they're different. So they're different stories.
Timeline?
Like they're kind of filling in little stories. So when with Dooku, it has to be right after episode 1, and which Qui-Gon was dead already, and then the other one has to be like far before episode 1 maybe. And then what else? The other stuff with Ahsoka with the sixth brother, that's way after Revenge of the Sith, because those are Inquisitors hunting down Jedi already. But yeah, it looks good, man. I'm excited.
It looks
for that.
really good. It looks really
What
good.
did kill my excitement for it though is I found out that they're gonna air. I think it's like 6 episodes. They're gonna air them all the first day, which is dope. But they're only gonna be like 15 minutes long, which kind of sucks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that the
that's
whole
technically
season?
what a 30-minute? That's 30-minute TV show that we would watch back then with commercials and everything.
That's like 3 episodes
Well,
right there.
an episode back then, even with commercials, like 20 something minutes, right? Like
Yeah.
22 minutes.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't think like 7 minutes makes a difference, especially like when you're watching Dragon Ball Z or something. I used to look at the clock.
Dragon Ball.
7
Z
minutes, I'm
was
good. I can
fucking-
see a good fight with 7 minutes.
Fucking the first 20 minutes was just a recap of last fucking.
Well, yeah, 7
Torture.
minutes makes five to 7 minutes makes a difference in a show.
True.
So that kind of bummed me out, but and that's not even counting whatever the intro is gonna be. That might be like
Or the end credits too.
yeah. So we're
No.
probably getting like maybe
Is
close
it
to
only
10
6?
minutes.
Is it only
I
6?
think it's 6 episodes.
Damn, right off the bat. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that Darth Sidious is somewhere in this. I want to see him as, and not as Palpatine, but Darth Sidious.
I think even if we don't see him in this one, I think they're gonna keep making seasons because there's a lot of stuff we don't know, like that they didn't fill in. They're gonna fill in blanks. Like
That's
cool,
true.
man.
It's gonna be kind of like What If, where there's like
That would be really sick
separate
if Star Wars
stories.
starts doing like what if stories. Like
That would be
what
cool.
if Anakin did fucking kill Palpatine, What if
he didn't swap over? Yeah,
exactly.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah,
they need
I
to
would
work
love to
on
see
something
some
like
what
that.
ifs. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
what if
that would
Star
be
Wars
cool.
would be amazing.
Like
to see
if
for sure.
what if Qui-Gon never took Anakin?
Oh, it's
Dang.
fair.
What if he lived?
Oh,
I think the outcome would have been totally different.
That's
Like,
true.
the
What
whole-
if
you
he
would help
killed
out
the whole
Anakin,
war,
huh?
the whole war and everything, I think would have been.
I know, dude. It's crazy. What if Qui-Gon?
So you think we would have never had Darth Vader?
Who knows what we?
I don't think so. I think with Qui-Gon, I think things would have been different.
We would have had Darth Vader.
Darth
You
Vader
have
coming
Darth
out.
I'm killing all the younglings, man.
Whoa, what the
Order
fuck?
77.
John,
That'd be fair.
I've actually witnessed John kill a youngling at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
He bought a lightsaber from the Galaxy's Edge, and this man was like went up to a little kid and did a slice motion, like he chopped.
He
off his
remembers
head.
dude. He had bought
was
a brand new
hilarious,
lightsaber,
man.
and he saw a kid, and the kid was looking at him like, "Daddy, I want a lightsaber." He goes, "You can't have one." You know what I mean?
Damn.
Why killings, man?
And
the
the
dad
dad
was
was like,
like, John, like, what the fuck just
Yo,
happened?
bro.
I
That's
just remember
my
the
son,
dad
bro.
turning around like, man, get away from this crazy guy, dude. Like, don't talk to that man, dude. He's crazy.
You were
I felt
crazy
bad.
that night. Nah, I don't feel bad. It was hilarious.
Oh man! All right, so we're gonna get into the next trailer. This one's
What
also
we got?
Star Wars related. It's gonna
What we
be
got?
Mandalorian season 3.
Ooh.
Obviously, you know we love Mandalorian here. You know.
Mm.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then? Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
Damn.
Pedro Pascal's voice just makes the Mandalorian, dude. He just makes it, dude. It's pretty
Dude, that's a trailer right there. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it looks like they're gonna dive into the past too.
think,
you
Greg?
know what?
The present time.
What do you
looks
think,
fun.
Greg? I want to hear Greg's reaction.
Greg,
Nah,
go
I
ahead.
mean,
Go ahead.
No, like I said, it just looks like they're gonna dive into the past, and they're gonna show us the present. It just looks like Mando action, just Mando on Mando. Just gonna see a bunch of Mandalorians fighting each other, different clans coming together. They're probably gonna choose sides, you know.
A Civil War?
Yeah, Bo-Katan probably gonna be the main baddie. Cause like Bo-Katan, if you watch Clone Wars, she was never a good guy. She's kind of always been like a scumbag.
That's true.
So, you know, she was a terrorist. And then she let her sister die. Like basically, she could have stopped it. So she has always kind of been like a scumbag. So like, I thought it was weird that they kind of portrayed her as like somewhat of a hero. Not really a hero, but she kind of seemed like a good guy in The Mandalorian. But I think right now we're gonna get to see her. You know, she's gonna fight Mando. I think it's gonna be different factions choosing sides, and they're gonna go to war. And it looks cool, man. I'm excited for that.
It looked great. It looked fun.
The best part about it though is that you see new armor, which means we're getting new hot toys. That's what I'm excited for.
True.
More hot toys. That's what I'm
was that little alien engineer guy? Wasn't he from the
newer
movies?
Yeah.
The newer movies, right? In Rise of Skywalker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
I was
cool.
just making sure.
So
Yeah, they're trying to tie it
tie-in.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, they're tying it together, dude. And it's just crazy how like all this Star Wars love again backed up again thanks to
Are we ever
Mandalorian.
going to see the Mandalorian on the big screen?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I could see them ending like them being like, all right, this is the last season of the Mando, and we're
Put it
gonna
on the-
continue
put it
it
in the
in the
movies?
movie. Yeah, kind of like the Peaky Blinders. Like,
Oh,
they got-
okay.
every season came out, and then they're like, this is the last season, but we're gonna wrap it up in a movie.
Yep.
That'd be
I
dope.
feel like they're gonna do that with the Mandalorian.
Oh,
I
hard
think that would be a
because
big movie.
that would be
Yeah.
sick. That would be
Last time I
dope.
saw someone do that, it was Entourage, and that thing sucked balls.
Entourage? That's an old show.
I'm old.
I heard it sucked balls.
I
The
heard
movie
it's like,
did.
oh, too, just
The movie did.
You know what I
Movie
want to
did.
see though is I've always been kind of interested in the armorer character, and I'm hoping that she gets a lot more screen time, and I'm hoping that it's the armor versus Bo-Katan.
I'm
That would be
hoping
dope to me.
they do not remove her helmet because I do not feel like buying another hot toy just for a head sculpt. So please do not ever remove her helmet.
I don't know, man. They could, but
They're
then
gonna do
again,
that.
I
They're
mean,
gonna
he's
remove
making
it.
Mando go and do all kinds of stuff because he removed his helmet. Why would she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it looks great, dude. Season 3 looks already like to a strong start, and I'm super excited for it.
Yep.
I'm out of like the Star Wars. I love the original trilogy. I love the prequels. I'm iffy on the sequels. But Mandalorian, I think we can all agree, is just fire. It's just everyone loves it. Everyone's on it. Everyone would watch it weekly. Don't want to get spoiled for the next one. No, it's Mando, all day, every day. You know, so for me, I'm hyped for Mando. I'm super hyped. I'm
That
excited.
show is Mando to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, pull up the Toy Avenue's message.
Yeah. All right. So Toy Avenue says, I was always a general fan of Star Wars overall, but when The Mandalorian first came out, it sucked me into the Star Wars world even more. I can't wait for the Bo-Katan hot toys to be released.
Oh, I'm excited for that hot toy too. They keep pushing it back though, but it should be out by the end of this year for sure.
You know what? It's been pushed back so much I forgot they were even doing a Bo-Katan.
I didn't even know they announced one. I'm being serious, dude. I just saw Mando.
I'm in the same boat with you, man. I've always loved Star Wars since I was 5 years old. When my mom bought me this, like it was like the Polly Pockets, those little, but they weren't Polly Pockets, but it's like the male versions. They're like little tiny micro machine sets. I think they were a micro machine actually, and it was a Jabba's palace. It was an R2D2. You could open it up, and it had Jabba's palace in there. I still didn't know where it was from, but it got me curious to like find out where's this from. And then my one of my older sisters bought me the trilogy, and I watched it, and I found love ever since then. But I kind of like got out of Star Wars with the new trilogy. It kind of killed my excitement for it. And then Mando came along, and season 7 of Clone Wars came along, and it just brought me back in. And now now we're getting a lot of Star Wars content. It's not great stuff. I think like I still feel like the Mando and Clone Wars is still like their top-notch like TV shows. Rebels is also great, but like the Obi-Wan was like whatever. Book of Boba, I thought they could do better. But like I'm just hoping that we're gonna keep getting content. I'm just hoping that it keeps it's like top-notch content, not this mediocre stuff that we've been getting. But I'm still excited for Star Wars. I still love Star Wars. And Andor's another show that it looks like they put time and love into that one. So that one I think a lot of people were not really that interested in it because it's like, it's like a character nobody really cares for. But that show looks like it's probably going to be the best one that we've gotten, maybe up to par with Mando.
Another Hispanic making a name for himself.
Yes, sir. Diego Luna.
Right, yeah. I still remember him from when he was in The Terminal with Tom Hanks a long time ago. I think Zoe Saldana was in that movie too a long time ago.
Oh man, Diego Luna's been doing it way before all that.
Yeah,
he was big time in Mexico before. Like he was already famous out there. And he's just barely getting recognition down over here.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't Oscar Isaac too, man? He's doing his thing too. He's Hispanic and he's also from the Star Wars universe as well.
I mean, Mandalorian himself.
Oh, Pedro Pascal, yeah, and he's gonna be in the Last
of
Us HBO Max.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm excited for that also.
Yes, sir.
And Greg's new Namor too. Don't forget that.
Oh, that's true.
Favorite Namor too.
Speaking of Namor and speaking of Marvel, we're gonna go into the Marvel trailer. We're gonna watch Secret Invasion. So Secret Invasion is gonna be the next trailer they announced at D23, and we're gonna check that one out.
Today, huh?
Yeah, no, this is the last one, so don't worry, guys. We're not gonna watch the trailers after trailers.
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different. How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we gotta be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war. Alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
That was actually my first time seeing that trailer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna give us a Super Scroll eventually.
I think they're shaping that up to be with that one that had the purple markings all over him right now.
You know, what'd be cool is if in the show they make somebody a scroll pretending to be like Steve Rogers and Robert Downey Jr. That's one way they could bring him back, but they're technically not alive. You know, that'd be cool.
That was obviously like a teaser, right? Because there was nothing
Yeah.
in there that let us know that there were scrolls in there. Besides
Nah, not really. I mean, you saw Talos, which is ironic because he's Krennic from the
Star
Rogue
Wars.
One. So that's cool. I mean, they do a lot of mixing if you notice, but yeah, I mean, he is technically a scroll. He's Talos, so he's I
Was
guess
he Talos?
he's,
I don't even remember that
yeah,
movie. That was,
Yeah, he was.
They show that in what is it? Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
yeah, Captain Marvel, but he was
I
also
don't even remember that movie.
and he was Nick Fury in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Far From Home.
Yep.
I gotta say though that I'm not really excited for this movie for many reasons. One is like
It's a Disney Plus show.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that Disney
Yeah.
Plus show. I'm not excited for it because the MCU for me has just kind of gotten like downhill after they killed Thanos, and No Way Home was great, and then after that everything was like it was kind of like trash or mediocre.
There's no build up to whatever it was
and
like
Moon
how
Knight,
it was.
Moon Knight, I loved Moon Knight.
Moon Knight was beautiful.
That was great.
It's like I find myself watching these shows now, waiting for it to bring me back. Like
Yeah.
bring me back.
I'm just not feeling it right now. And then the scrolls were kind of like ruined for me after the Miss Marvel movie. Like I don't like what they did with them. There was like they're saying there's like good ones and bad ones, and just I didn't really care for that. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm rooting for them. I'm hoping they could bring me back in,
Redeem them. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm
so
excited
far,
for this show. Though I am excited for this show.
It looks like
they got the Queen of Dragons right there. I'm excited for her to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
I'll take the knee for her all day.
Supposedly she's playing a scroll queen on the show.
So she could be my scroll queen.
I think the thing with the Marvel shows and the movies and stuff is it's been like they say they're building to something, but every time I watch, like I was just watching She-Hulk and I was like, what are they building to? Like there's a bunch of stuff that I'm seeing that I was like, you guys never built to Titania. You guys never built to Wong being like there was like this magician that was in the show who like was supposedly in something prior. Johnny Blade. And I was like, they never like introduced him in any of the Doctor Strange movies. He was never like a side character or some dumb guy that was in the background. But even regardless of that, I watched Moon Knight and I watched I'm watching She-Hulk and I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. We watched Eternals. We're gonna watch Black Panther, and all of these movies have been setting up their own stories. But I'm trying to understand how that's setting up the future stories. See, like at least when we were watching Captain America Civil War, it was setting up a story for the future of the movies.
Yep.
When we were watching Infinity War or Endgame, it was setting up stories for like how they're gonna finally, go head to head with Thanos. When you were watching like all these other films like Ant-Man, they were building up to something, and you kind of knew what was gonna happen in the future. And then with these movies, I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, we got the multiverse, we got the Celestials, we have this and that, and there's problems that are going unresolved, unfixed, and I just don't know what's going on.
And the answers are just coming too slow. Basically, it's just like, yeah, we see Celestials being built up in the Eternals. Okay, cool, we get that. What's next? And then we're in Loki, and we see Kang being built up. All right, cool. What's next? And then we are back to MCU, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, No Way Home. What else was there? Doctor Strange,
those Black Widow,
Eternals,
Strange, yeah,
Black Widow. It's back then. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. For it being labeled Multiverse of Madness, the madness was over in under 2 hours. Spider-Man No Way Home resolved already. And it's exactly like how Mikey said. There's nothing built up. Like, okay, cool. There's no Kang teaser. There's no Kang being like, dude. Even when what was it? Fucking Thanos in the Avengers movie, he had like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And that was enough already.
Teasers, dude.
It had a bunch of
Guardians
it already.
of the Galaxy, they had a teaser of him.
Guardians.
The first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Every movie in the Infinity Saga had tease. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. All that was setting up for the Avengers movie. Cool. Avengers movie happened 2008 to 2012. It took 4 years for them. Boom. It happened fast. And they had movies. Granted, movies. Not shows, not series, stuff, yeah. Not shorts, not every time. They have a whole streaming platform, and I think they're bringing out the content too slow to give us an answer.
The story too slow, like dude,
exactly.
I feel bad for people who've been watching the Marvel movies, waiting for something to happen, and like think about Chadwick Boseman, and he passed away unfortunately, and he wasn't able to be there for the times to film anything that could relay the message of what his character was going to do. Yeah. And because they took so long, he unfortunately wasn't able to have a full trilogy. And it's disappointing because I would have loved to see Chadwick Boseman have a full trilogy. But literally, I want to say we got the first Black Panther movie, like what, 6 years ago? 5 years ago?
2017, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So it was like 5 years ago?
Damn, dude. 5 years ago feels short.
And then within the 5 years, we're barely about to see Black Panther 2. And so it's kind of sad because it would have been nice if they would have picked up the pace,
I feel like we're back at square one, though. I feel like they're kind of like, it's kind of like almost like phase one, where it was like almost really, it was their solo adventure, like filler. I was talking to Gio the other day. That's what he told me, is like, it's just filler stuff. That's what it is. I think this phase is just filler stuff. And then I think they're going to start building stuff up towards the end of this phase. It's gonna like leak into the next phase, and it's just gonna go from there.
Well, they even said Quantumania is gonna be the start of Phase 5, which is also the ending of Phase 4, going to Phase 5. Right?
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. We're basically like at square one. We're watching just filler stuff. It happens in every show, every comic, whatever you do. It's just always a filler.
Completely understand.
Yeah. What about that message from Chris? He wants to see Fernie.
Oh yeah. So we do have a message from Chris. He says special guest request sometime in the future. My man Fernie Fern.
Ooh, that'd be nice, man. If we could.
Ora.
He
knows this one. Ora.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we would love to have Fernie Fern on every weekend. I think that's something we would love to have. But Fernie Fern, he has a lot going on. Work. Little man's birthday just passed, so happy birthday to little man.
Happy birthday, little man.
17 years old, man.
Crazy. Is he 17 or is he 18?
17.
Man, still, dude. I think we met him when he was like 13, dude.
No, actually, I was talking to Fernie about that. He said that we actually met him when he was 11.
11?
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang.
And we missed out like his last 5 years of life.
That's crazy, man. That's wild. When I see him when he's 21, dude.
Sort of slow down after COVID,
stuff. Yeah, I mean, we would love to have Fernie on, but we know he's busy, and I hope Fernie at least has the time to watch these. But if he's busy, Fernie, just know that we would love to have you on. Don't ever hesitate to hit us up and say, I'm ready to go. Put me on the stream because we'll put you on.
Yeah, it'd be sick to have you there. That's for sure, brother. That's for sure.
We'll have a little Brady Bunch intro. Well, here's the story.
That guy
Funko
named
Matt,
Bernie.
he says, definitely not feeling Secret Wars. Lately, I feel like Marvel hasn't been hitting like they used to. which is
Basically, what Greg
completely
was
true.
saying.
Completely true. I agree with you. I agree. It kind of sucks because you want more from it, but it's just not what it used to be, and you're kind of waiting for it to be better. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. When I first watched the first episode of She-Hulk, I was a little excited, but then you get to what I think we're at episode 4 or 5, and I'm like,
Five.
damn,
Yeah.
the show is just like it's not because I was expecting at least a show about her solving cases as a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's literally just her like becoming not even becoming She-Hulk. Like the last episode I was watching was literally a dumb episode about Titania taking the copyright to a She-Hulk name to use it for makeup, and I was like, really, dude? At this point, at this point, we're just just doing whatever the hell we want. Like who cares? Just make a show just to make a show. Like you might as well make a Howard the Duck show where he's going and smashing humans all day. Like,
Hey, dude, I'd rather
I'll
see
watch
Howard the
that.
Duck show all day. All day.
All day.
You know what though?
Go ahead.
But the way I feel is like it's kind of like reflecting comic books in a way. Like when you read comics, there's so many comic books and you're not going to buy them all. They're not all for you. They're not all trying to grab like, you know, they kind of like focus on a certain audience, the comic books. So I feel like with the shows now, we're at the point where there's so many TV shows, there's so many movies that they're not going to be for everybody, but that's okay. You know, like I didn't care for the Miss Marvel show. Like when I watched it, I realized like, you know what, I'm not the audience that they're looking for. So this show's not for me, you know? And I feel like that with the She-Hulk. I'm like, I'm not the audience they're looking for. It's ain't for me, but I'm not going to hate on it. Like, you know, let it coexist with the other stuff, you know?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I actually liked the Miss Marvel show. I thought it was really good. It was a really good.
Yeah, see, like that, it pulled Mikey in. Like that's all it is. The
Miss Marvel show I thought was better than the She-Hulk show. But Greg is right. He does make up a great point. It's like comic books where even like figures where some things we're gonna buy or some things we're gonna watch, some things we're gonna look into, and some things we're gonna like or not like. So it is true.
It's just like,
and don't feel left out because there's gonna be something for you. Like there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like Greg was saying earlier. Like he was into all of Star Wars OG trilogy and the prequel trilogy, and then the sequel trilogy he wasn't that into. But then he was mostly into the brand new stuff. My bad, interruption. So he stopped with the sequel trilogy, you know, and then when Mando came out, which was years later, he was into it, you know. So basically,
took a break and now it's back.
Just be patient. We'll have something that's gonna bring us back into Marvel. Is like also Greg says earlier, I'm gonna be quoting the man the whole night, guys. It's like he said, it's like don't feel like you have to drive into the hype, you know. You don't have to watch it. It's just like you said, it's not for him. He's not gonna watch it, you know. So it's just pick your lane, pick the bike, like you said, choose whatever bike you want to ride on, choose what's you know, just collect responsibly and then watch responsibly, and just like he said, don't hate. Just don't hate. There's no reason for the hate to be on it, you know, just don't hate. There's no reason for it, you know.
Yeah.
And
look at Funko Matt's message. That's like the point I'm trying to make right there.
Yeah. So Funko Matt says, I think Marvel is targeting the new next wave of fans, the younger generation. I think we also have to think about too is that now that Greg sheds light on it being like a comic book kind of style stuff is everything is separated. But I remember when we first started watching the MCU movies, everything connected. Every Easter egg was to the next movie. And I think, because when I was watching Moon Knight, I was expecting it to connect somehow to the new Avengers movies or somehow to the new stuff coming. But I think we have to look at it as like every comic book separated didn't always connect. Like when at the end of a Moon Knight comic book, it didn't say, and then he met up with Spider-Man, and then they decided to do things. So I think it is like it's them generating things to build teams separately. Like I think with the Eternals and the Celestials, the new Avengers movies like Loki or Thor, God of Thunder, or Love and Thunder, those movies aren't gonna really connect with like Moon Knight or Blade and etc. And they might have other movies or shows that connect with the new films and stuff differently. So it is true. It's something we have to think about. Like I've been thinking it as like, oh, I gotta watch She-Hulk because She-Hulk's gonna tell me what's going on
Yeah,
with Black
basically.
Panther or the future Avengers. And I was like, I gotta watch Moon Knight because what if Moon Knight connects with Blade or something like that? You know, those little cameos. But I guess in reality, they're probably shying away from it now. So we're not gonna get that every movie or every show or whatever. So it's something we have to let go of, I guess.
Toy Robo. What do you think, big dog?
Another message right there.
About the message from
Yeah. From Funko Matt.
Thor, no love.
Yo,
No
what do you think from that one?
John has a lot to feel about the.
I don't want to get into deep with this Love and Thunder because I feel like it was probably the worst Marvel movie yet to be made to date.
Yeah.
A waste of so much potential in that movie just got turned into a big joke, and that's the part that made me upset. And
that's true.
Even the main villain himself, they didn't give him the credit.
That was a shame with that villain.
They butchered the man. I'll tell you that they butchered the man, dude. And he was supposed to be the one doing the butchering.
A great villain? It's true. A great villain and a great actor just ruined on that. That's the only thing that upsets me. Like
Gore the God Butcher, it's a top tier character right there.
Those are one of my favorite villains. You know, he's a newer one. He was in Jason Aaron's Thor run, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I fell in love with Thor was because that run was so good, and I just feel like they wasted that character, man. Like that should have been like, I don't know, man. Like they just kind of used him as like a
filler.
I don't know, man. Like a filler villain, which he deserved more than that. And then the actor too, man. Like that sucks because we'll never get him acting in the MCU again because like they already used him. Like
that's true, and now his character's gone.
Yeah, his character, his talent just wasted on that movie. That's the only thing that upsets me. Everything else, I don't care. They made it was just a big comedy, whatever. But like that's what bothers me the most.
I mean, even as a comedy, I was expecting more like the. I want to say that Thor Ragnarok is a better movie than Thor Love and Thunder.
Oh, definitely, it's a better movie.
And you know, like it was. I want to say that Ragnarok was a little bit more entertaining, had a better story. It made more sense. I try to understand what they were trying to go with. I get what they're saying is that like Thor's end game is having a child or somebody to do that with, but I just don't see that character needing that, you know. Like there was to a point where like Chris Hemsworth has lost so many characters, his brother, his friend, his sister. This is something that was repeated in the Infinity War. There's something repeated in Guardians of the Galaxy. There's something that was repeated in this movie, and over again. He just doesn't seem like the character who needs this. He seems like the character that like we probably should have just let Jane Thor take the mantle and told Chris Hemsworth like, hey man, it's time for you to go, like,
or take a break or something like
that. I was honestly expecting Jane Thor to be our next Thor, and then Chris Hemsworth was gonna sacrifice himself or something and just move on, and we're gonna see a new Thor enter our world. And so it's different to see, but I don't know. I think it's also expectations because I had expectations for a better story.
Well, you said we weren't going to go deep into it, right? But we are.
Some Pro says Thor's newest movie has overtaken the crown for the worst movie since 80s.
Yep.
I don't know. I want to say that
we have some pretty bad MCU movies.
I want to say that
that's the best comment I've
Captain
seen.
Captain Marvel is worse than.
I thought it was worse. I thought it was worse, Mikey. I thought so.
I think the difference is we didn't really care for Captain Marvel like as a character. So
that's true.
I do think it's a worse movie. But I could live with that being bad, but it's because it's Thor. Like that's what bothers me the most. It's Thor, and then it's Thor the God Butcher, with Bale as a great actor, just wasted. I think that's why I would say I agree that
it's probably a worse movie.
Probably the worst
one.
Fuck.
Yeah. Toy Avenue says, like Greg, Miss Marvel wasn't the show for me. I haven't even watched the She-Hulk I'm just waiting to see where the next movies take the future of the MCU. Last MCU movie that I enjoyed was Eternals.
You know what? I'm with you right there. I actually enjoyed Eternals. I know a lot of people give it hate. I thought it was better than Black Widow. And what was the other movie that was out? No, I think that's it, right? Just Black
That year,
Widow.
it was just two.
I agree.
I thought it
Oh,
was better than
Shang-Chi.
Black Widow.
Shang-Chi.
That's where
honestly,
I
I'm not a-
disagree because I love Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi was better than Eternals.
I
and
think Shang-Chi's
Black
overrated,
Widow.
man.
I don't know, man. Oh, you know what? I think it's because I love the whole like I love like the samurai, the like the karate, like the Bruce Lee, that kind
Yeah,
of
but
kind of movies
that
and
was
stuff.
like there just for half the movie, and then it just went to like
Yeah,
some
but
fantasy
it
shit.
enters the like fantasy realm because like in the like Japanese and Chinese and all those cultures, they're like super into like like their Chinese New Year, like the dragons, the duck. I think there's like the all kinds of different animals. Like those Asian cultures dive into animals. Like animals are like spiritual things that they believe in and stuff. And so for those particular things, I was like, damn, that's cool. Like it kind of shows you a different type of like obviously stuff we don't really pay attention to, like because we're not obviously it's like us watching Robbie Reyes and he takes you to like a cookout and she's like, we got tamales, we got lengua and all kinds of cool shit, and you're like, damn, that's straight into my culture. And like for me, I was like, damn, it's always cool for me to see other people's culture. So a lot of times for me, I'm looking at things like, damn, that's dope. I get to see Shang-Chi's culture. I get to see like all this kind of stuff. Like that's why I like Miss Marvel, because I thought it was cool to see that aspect of that culture.
Yeah, I just for me, like Shang-Chi, I was expecting like a kung fu type movie, which is what I wanted, like those OG like Bruce Lee movies. I thought if they would have gave us something like that, and then because Shang-Chi does have to do with like these fantasy characters, like Mikey was saying, but I feel like they just kind of like went from one half to the other half, and it didn't even blend in well. Like I feel like they should have transitioned. Like maybe the next movie it starts turning into something like that. But I wanted to see kung fu. I wanted to see fighting. I want to see guys doing karate and stuff like that. And then another thing that ruined it for me was they made him a joke. Like he was in the comics, he's a serious character. He's like Bruce Lee. He's disciplined. He's serious, and now he's a joke in this movie.
He's like like a teenager, basically.
Yeah, and then Aquafina, whatever her name is. Oh man, I could not stand her for nothing, man. She was not.
You know
funny.
what I really enjoyed
not
in that
pleasant
movie
to look at.
Was a homeboy from Iron Man. Was that one dude who was supposedly
the actor dude?
Yeah, the actor. With the
Iron Man 3, right?
Yeah, with the little animal dude.
Yeah.
Like that shit was funny.
I thought that was funny, but like I
like Simu Liu. I think he's a good actor.
Wait, did that Shang-Chi movie confirm that the Mandarin was actually Shang-Chi's dad?
Yeah, right? the Shang-Chi's dad is the Mandarin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's one thing I did like about that movie is that we got to spend more time with the villain, which is something we don't really get to do. And we got to see like his origins and like it kind of like
the reason why he does, right?
Yeah. So I did like that about the movie.
See, Toy Avenue gets it. He loved that movie. So
I don't think it was a bad movie. I just think it's not as great as everybody says it is. It's just like it's a mediocre MCU movie.
I mean, it's no Captain America Civil War. It's no Iron Man. 1, 2, or 3. It's good for the Shang-Chi character. Like it's like me. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. Those are two of my top like 10 Marvel movies, but like definitely when you think of Shang-Chi, I think for Shang-Chi it's a good start off to his trilogy. Like Black Panther, the Black Panther movie was clean as hell. And
yeah, but see, imagine if they made the Black Panther into a joke like they did with Shang-Chi. Like he's just
but I get that like, they're trying to.
I'm sick of the
trying
comedy,
to make every character different. I guess.
That's the thing. They're not trying to make every character different. They're trying to make every character a comedic character, and they're not.
Well, I mean, if you look at like Drax was never that kind of.
Well, but see, those are very obscure characters that nobody fucking cared about. So like, it's like anything you could do with them is just gonna be.
I guess it's true. There's a part of me that I don't like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the way that James Gunn makes Star-Lord seem like a joke. Like I felt like we should have already built Star-Lord to this leadership type character that's ready to lead people, but it still feels like he should not be the leader of this team. Like, that's how I felt. Like, especially when. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at what they did with him in Infinity War, where
I think you're right on that one, but I think we saw that leadership you're looking for in Thor: Love and Thunder.
We
just a little bit.
did, but
You
that's
know,
the thing
just
is
him
like,
trying to
why am I
encourage
seeing
Thor.
that
But
in
that
a
was a
Thor
cameo,
movie?
though. We don't even know if
Yeah,
that's how he's gonna be in
basically.
his next movie.
I have yet to see that in a Guardians movie, and why am I waiting?
Exactly.
That's like us waiting all the years we waited for Captain America say Avengers Assemble. Like that, they should have just
Which we
did that
did.
a long ass time ago.
Which we did.
You know,
I get what
mean, it was
Mikey's saying.
cool.
I feel like Star-Lord just is not like he's not evolving as a character. Like he's not making progress. Like
I've seen
he
more
doesn't have any serious
evolving
moments.
in Nebula. I've seen more
Yeah.
character
Definitely.
building in
There's-
Nebula and
there's-
Gamora than I have in Star Lord.
Star-Lord
Even
is still
Groot.
dumb, and he's making dumb choices. Like
Yeah, and it's
I
also
feel-
annoying. So I guess I get what Greg is saying. Like when you see characters like Thor or characters like Shang-Chi that are supposed to have this particular like, because I'm not familiar with the Shang-Chi comments, so I think being someone who watched the movie just for the movie and not for Shang-Chi from the comics.
just think
That's
Bruce
why-
Lee. That's
But
it.
when I was watching the Guardians of the Galaxy, I remember reading a lot of stuff with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like I get pissed because Groot is still a teenager or a baby, and it's like, dude, Groot was never like a baby. Like, why are we doing this just to make some money? I want to see my Groot character.
I want to see him back at Groot. Yeah,
I
I
want to see my Star-Lord leading a team and coming up with like the way he came up with that smart idea in Infinity War to stop Thanos, but then they make him look stupid by punching him in the head. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know,
he's
because he
joke,
had
and
great
that's something
ideas.
good. Like they ruin it by like making him do something stupid after. Like, and I feel bad because he never got his redemption. Like he just
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, another thing that was stupid about Love and Thunder 2 was a stupid graphic. Like the effects on that thing was stupid. And then like how they brought like the children fight at the end, was that necessary?
No.
Like oh they get power.
Oh yeah, that was unnecessary.
And then you realize that all those kids are like related to someone like in the production or like in the cast. So it's like did they give them those roles just to put them like, oh, you're our kids, you're like,
oh, I'm pretty sure.
The hell out of here with that.
Yeah. It's like
you wanted your kid in there, huh, John?
Yeah, you want
if he's Oscar winner, put his ass in there. If he's trash, then I don't want trash on the big screen, dude.
Oh man!
All right,
represent.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna end it here, but we do have a couple comments in the chat. We're not gonna like go too deep with the topics, but we'll read them. Toy Avenue says, "I'm curious to see what they do with the 10 rings as far as the mystery of them. I know they had some stuff going on." Well, with the end credit scene with the sister and stuff, so I am excited to see that. Funko Matt says Shang-Chi has been MIA since that movie came out. We've seen more of Abomination and Wong than him, which is definitely a surprise because he is in San Francisco, so he probably wouldn't be around some of the characters as he's separated from them as well. So it's definitely different. And then our last comment, thank you Toy Avenue and Funko Matt and all of you guys for commenting and chatting with us, because this has been really fun. But Toy Avenue says, when Star-Lord said in Infinity War, we did we just lose, shaking my head in the theaters. I know, dude, I was so pissed. I was like, Star-Lord, you're a dumb idiot in this film, and I can't believe James Gunn allowed them to do that to you.
I thought he was gonna get redemption in the next movie, but
he didn't. And then Gamora just decides to kick him in the balls, and I was like, all right, then I guess that's how we're gonna play it. And so
I felt bad for Star-Lord fans like Mikey. Like,
oh, I love Star-Lord, and
you're like an idiot character.
That happened. I was like,
that man invested heavy in Star-Lord, and look at him.
Yep, I don't even have a hot toy of Star-Lord in my collection. That's how disrespected I felt. I will in the next 2 years.
Didn't we get you the Star-Lord helmet for your birthday?
I do. I have the Star-Lord helmet. I have the Ant-Man helmet. Dude, I got the Mando helmets. I have a lot of you know why? Is because I do have plans to eventually one day cosplay a Star-Lord. It's just a lot of that stuff is expensive, like those guns, the Nerf blasters,
so
all that stuff. Yeah, so I should have bought it when usually when the Guardians of the Galaxy movies come out, that stuff kind of comes back into season and. Kind of grab them again. So I have opportunity because the Guardians will come back. But all right, you guys, there you have it. That is episode 4 of the Figcast podcast. We are at 2 hours and 18 minutes. We still have 7 people. So thank you to everybody who hung out with us today for the 2 hours. It's been a long one, but we just want to say thank you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to come and check out the Whatnot streams that we're going to be having. We'll make some announcements on the Instagram, and then we'll make some announcements also on the YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to keep commenting on all the videos. We're gonna end it here. Toy Robot 818C, tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on the Kaboom Collectibles Instagram page, man. And you guys want to reach out and just say what's up, come hang out. You know, we're always there, all of us. You can. The beauty about that page is you could reach out to me, Mikey, Greg, Jonathan. It's not just me; it's the whole team that's there, and that's what I like about that page.
Facts.
It's all of us.
Kaboom.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Friendly neighborhood toy nerd. Let the people know where they can find you on your social media.
You guys could find me more on the Figcast here with Mikey's Action Figures. I talk a lot more than I would. I am also on IG where I post posing pictures. You know, if you're into like the posing aspect of like figures and everything like that, I'm right there. I send photos and everything like that, and hopefully a little something on the works and YouTube again. Friendly neighborhood toy nerd on Instagram.
We're still waiting for you on the YouTube channel. Also,
it's on work in progress.
Speaking of waiting on the YouTube channel, your boy Darth Vader, where can the people find you at?
Shit, I'm having a your boy Darth Vader. I'm
He's having a
your boy Darth Vader. Also, Kaboom, the Kaboom page. You can find me there.
Greg also does have a YouTube. He does have a collection video. That's the only video he has. It's in the link in the description in the link, so you guys can check that out. And then keep telling Greg that he needs to keep making some YouTube channel stuff. And
that is an old video. I know. I don't even think I have a single figure from that video anymore.
He might not, but still, he needs to do a Hot Toys collection video. So bug him.
Okay,
sure, let's do it
eventually. And I just want to say, I love you too, Felix. I saw that message. Felix.
Oh man, I love you, Felix, for sure.
Much
dude.
love, Felix. Much love.
Thank
That's
you,
a big
Felix.
teddy bear right there.
And I am Mikey's Action Figures, your host today. You guys can find me at Mikey's Action Figures on Instagram. You can find me here on the YouTube channel, and then you could also find me on Whatnot with the guys doing our Whatnot streams for Kaboom Collectibles. Shameless plug. Also, speaking of Kaboom Collectibles, if you guys do not know, we are doing a giveaway on the Kaboom Collectibles Instagram. We're doing it with the Essos Hunters, so you guys definitely want to check that out. We're doing it for a Marvel Legends Mysterio. It's one of the best figures that you can have in your collection if you love Spider-Man. It looks like John's gonna show everybody right now what he's.
Damn.
Oh, there it is. That's the figure, and
with the lizard leg,
brand new,
the lizard leg, and just the lizard bath alone, man. That's an expensive piece. So for that to be a giveaway, I mean, I wish he was giving it away to me, but he's giving it away to the community, and you guys deserve it in the community. So definitely check out the giveaway on the Kaboom Collectibles Instagram. Just go to Instagram. Type in Kaboom Collectibles, K for Kaboom and K for Collectibles, and then you'll find it. Be able to enter, tag your 3 friends, follow the Essos, follow Kaboom, and we'll see you and hope that you guys win the giveaway. But thank you guys so much. Felix, we love you. We'll put Felix right there so that everybody knows Felix. Felix is our Ages Geeks Fig Club. We love him. We always get figures from him. He's pretty much, we give him tons of money every weekend. That is not a lie. He takes our dollars, that is for sure.
That is a hard fact right here, folks.
Yep. And if you guys need figures,
fact.
you guys got to go to Ages Geeks and grab your figures. Some Pro has some thoughts in there about World War Hulk. I agree. I think World War Hulk should be there. And
hopefully we get it eventually.
Hopefully.
B Rivera says later, y'all. So we're gonna end it here, and we're just gonna say
y'all.
thank you to everybody. Hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you guys for joining.
Let's get it, everybody.
Hey.
Collect responsibly.